Oh man, that music gets me. Trying to ease on into it. I know it makes people jump like my phone. I hope everyone's doing well. Happy Wednesday. And I'm okay, there we go. Getting rid of that echo. Beautiful. All right, let me see if I can see that from all the way over here. How's it going? My name is William, and this is my so-called life. I hope everybody's having a great evening. Welcome to the House of Sewing. I have a ton of things that I'm going to be doing. I will be procrastinating on everything. So I hope everybody's having a great evening. I have the desk out, a million patches and projects, and how's it going? This week has been crazy. I still live in the land of oopsies. I actually opened one in anticipation of making something, but we'll see. We'll see how far I get. While I'm sitting here talking to myself, I'm going to jump on my notes. There we go. Hey, Alibaba, how's it going? How's it going? Great to see you. Awesome. Awesome. Not by. Thank you. Thank you. So, before we get started, Alibaba and I would like you to know that this program is for entertainment purposes only, and its content is not intended to malign any religion, lack thereof, race, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by my so called life and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the views of every single human being on planet Earth. I hope everybody has a great evening flying my so called life airlines. And if you're feeling distressed, if you need an Activia, just remember we have exits on both sides. And if you speak Spanish, that's a izquierda o derecha. I hope everybody has a great evening. How's it going, Ollie? How are you? How are you? How's life treating you in Canada? I don't even want to say what the temperature was, but you could have got a tan here today in California. I have a fan going right now because I live in a fair weather place. So I think while it's early, I'm gonna go off about how I'm gonna give myself a break from going to the Walmart by my house. And if you see, like I always say, if you see me on people of Walmart, it was me. That's why I always wear the my so-called life vest. But I'm gonna start using the fabric that I have. I've had a goal of trying to use everything that I have and incorporate it because I buy this crazy stuff, right? Just trying to make sure there isn't coffee on here. But lately, I've really gone out of control with the oopsies. So I'm thinking about cutting myself off. In a weird way, I'm gonna ban myself from Walmart. For a while. I'm going to give myself a week or two just because every time I go there, I buy something. Let me unplug this real quick. I'm stressed about people saying they're researching and yet don't give where they are coming up with the info or citing sources. Hey, Pam! He'll give attention to the other Walmarts and find fabric he can't walk away without. That's actually 100% true. That is my evil plan. Even that weird fuzzy oopsie, I got that from the other Walmart. The one by my house, um, it's become sad. It's just become a really sad place. So I'm just gonna stop going there. I'm an extremely cheerful person, and I know with my clothes and everything, it throws people off. But I'm just gonna stop going there. Pam is 100% right, and it's great to see you, Pam. Great to see you. I actually pulled out my ancient vest form. Let me grab it. It's an old Amazon box. It's sad due to buying all the good stuff from the oopsie bin. I do have to give them a break as well. I think it's good that we break up. Oh, okay. All right. I don't know if I have as much as I thought I did, and we'll see if I have a Fabrica Lanch or not. Yay! I found some luscious corduroy fabric at the thrift today. Oh, that's awesome! You know what's really funny? The only corduroy fabric I've ever found was at a thrift store. That's when I made my Misfits chain metal smock or whatever. No, well, it's not a smock. It was a tunic. Let's not call things smocks where they're not. I know that's caused a lot of controversy here in the past. Yay! Nice, PM. I didn't ever see that there was an other than special order on the internet. It's out there. You just have to look. Honestly, people like Pam have inspired me to go look. There's only one store, the store where I purchased all those McCalls and just all those patterns from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s. That one particular store I walked in, and it had yards and yards of corduroy, but I really haven't seen it anywhere else. Hey, dog, how's it going? Dog in the house, please present your bottoms for for sniffing inspection. Hello, hello. How's it going? How are you? Great to see you. Great to see you. Awesome, awesome. You know, it's so funny. I come into these streams with a full head of steam, and then I don't know where to start. So I've been cleaning my closet, and I'm actually really upset that hey, Trees, how's it going? Great to see you. Great to see you, Trees. Awesome. Awesome. Trees, I've been going patch crazy. I'm going to take my glasses off for this. Besides Oopsies Anonymous, I need to go to Patch Anonymous. And I'm not kidding you. Let's reach in the press and see what new patch. Every week I reach in there and grab out a new patch. I need to go to Patch Anonymous. I can, and I only rock patches for bands that I listen to. So it's basically Norwegian death metal or Slayer. And a lot of weird Florida metal and Texas metal. I don't even know why. But my whole point is I have a ton of patches. I plan on putting that on that extremely light denim jacket that I'm not gonna cut the sleeves off. But we'll see where it ends up this evening. Oh, let me turn I should put my glasses on. There we go. Hey, hello, hello. Patches and enamel pins are killing my bank account. I have a ton of pins from weird runs and all kinds of stuff that I've been doing over the years. As long as they have a strong back, I'll wear it. Like this America pin, this is probably the only one that I have. But I have a ton of other ones. But because I bought them in bulk, the clasps are weak in the back. So some of them are good and some of them aren't. Yay, hello, hello. Great to see everybody. Great to see everybody. So so I was thinking about making a vest. I made this probably 6 or 7 years ago. I know it looks humongous, but this is the size of a vest. This is the size of a vest that And I was probably 20 pounds heavier, but I'm still gonna well, I should make a mock-up, huh? Should I make a mock-up before I just dive into it? Because my dimensions have changed. I think I might cut that pattern out last. But I pulled this out because A, I found it, and B, I used to make my own vest. I made a denim vest from scratch. I should go grab it. But I made it completely from scratch out of just pockets and leftovers from jeans. And I remember how much ambition I had before I started a YouTube channel. So I'm going to get back to just certain things that I love doing. Awesome. Awesome. So I have that crazy dress form, and I also really want to use this yellow denim that I purchased from the Oopsie aisle. It's been calling my name, and I know you're not supposed to have yellow on your back or your size, but I don't care. I'm gonna make a vest out of this. And I have a lot of leftover swashes and pieces of denim, so I'm gonna combine them. But I was gonna use my dress form, but I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with that yet because this is something that I have that I was kind of lucky to buy it because I bought it in the oopsie aisle. So if I make a mistake or if it's not what I like, I'm stuck with it. But on the other hand, I also I don't like having things that are non-functional. So the fabric can't just sit here just because I think it's pretty. I actually have to do something with it. So I'm probably going to cut into it this evening. And looking at this size, I was thinking about color blocking it with like yellow and black. Actually, should we go like full 1990s vest? And that's the beautiful thing about a project like this. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about it. So it's slowly growing into something that's actually tangible. I do have my dress form, and the yellow and the blue would look amazing together. And I am slowly talking myself into it. So besides that, I'm gonna also add a patch on that jacket, like I said. How's everybody doing? What are you sewing? What's going on? I hope everybody's doing well. To all my sewist friends, what projects are you doing right now? I'm actually really interested. Because I know a lot of people, they come on and they talk about their projects, but I love watching sewing content and I love hearing what other people are doing. Especially I'm trying to justify my patch addiction as well. It but none arrived today, so I consider that a victory. All right. So I haven't decided where I'm going to start. You know what? I'm just going to start with the vest. We'll see how humongous it is, and I'll just slowly start cutting it down to my size. Like I said, I was a completely different size 4 years ago, so it's going to be interesting to see how this fits. And that neckline is deep, but I took into consideration this is the biker cut without the collar. It's weird when I can't hear it, but this thing is so thick it has a dampening effect. I've been doing patches here and there. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. The funny thing is, like, I keep on building all of these vests and I've been cleaning and I had the revelation yesterday of, oh, I have a lot of vests. I had that moment of like, oh, oh, because behind me, all of these vests are layered. There's at least 2 or 3 behind every single vest. That rack, I don't even know how the rack holding up all of those jackets and vests is standing. Ah. My Friday shows, I was thinking about showing all the denim I have, but that would be like an hour video. So it might be like all the, some of the denim I have. Yellow denim is a good material. Any recycled fabric from incontinent cowboys is still counted as environmentally friendly. Very true, dog. Very true. I had some fabulous yellow denim fabric. I'm excited. This is the first time that I've come across something like that. I constantly talk about certain eras, but it's because I'm from there. And in the 90s, it was not rare to find denim in any color. I wore cross colors. I know I'm really aging myself now, but I had this. What's really funny? Bruno Mars started wearing it, and I was offended when I saw it on television. I'm like, kid, I wore that in the early 90s, but it was multicolor and it was denim. It was basically Kenti print, but it was denim stripes going down. It was, you know, people cared back then. That rack is being held up by the vests that are besides it, but not on that rack, pinning it to place from toppling forward. Well, I used physics actually by making that because it's actually angled and it has a top support and a bottom support. I'm just surprised that it's still holding up everything. So physics for the win again. Awesome. Awesome. I offered to make my dad some yellow shorts. He passed. So just more for me. I would rock some yellow shorts. I know people stay away from certain colors, but the more I explore colors, man, like um even my black and magenta Bret Hart sweater came out really well. At least I thought it did. But I'm the guy walking around with the giant peasant hood. Sorry. Put Bruno straight, Will. Do you know what's really funny? Um, I do not do celebrity gossip, but I watch a ton of it. And people said he had a gambling problem and everything. He really didn't. So you got to be careful of the stuff you hear on the internet because people will say anything just so people will listen to them. And it's kind of ridiculous. Speaking of which, I'm actually really mad that I can't show the progress that's going on in my closet. But I'm going to go grab one of my old cloaks because I found something that I forgot I made. And I'm into this weird segment of, hey, I made that. Give me one quick second. It is literally right here. I went through a hardcore cloak phase. Oh, what's hidden in the cloak? It's more more slow stitch jeans. I've been slow stitching on these forever. I actually wear these a lot. These are whoa, I knock over my phone. These are the ones I've been improving on lately. Awesome. Yay. Hello, Mona. Hello, hello. Let me go back up to dog's comment. Pam, is your dad incontinent since becoming paralyzed? I have favored yellow. Oh, to hide my shame. Oh, whoops. I finished making some overalls today from some vintage looking floral fabric. Love the way it turned out. Awesome, Pam. Awesome. It's been a while since I found anything of large size like that at the thrift store as far as fabric goes. It's been a long time. I tried to keep my eye out, but it's not that people do not sew here. It's just things like that rarely end up in thrift stores. That's why I end up going to downtown or going to a fabric store because it's just easier that way. Yay! Hello, hello. Awesome. Hello, everybody. Yay! Awesome. So I don't see enough floral overalls, Pam. Again, that brings me to back in the day when everything like overalls and jackets were made out of all kinds of crazy material, and they always seemed to be denim or something like that. This whole talk is inspiring me to make that denim vest. I've been stitching a feather pouch for reinforcement. Awesome. Awesome trees. Mama just came into a live stream. You didn't hear that? Hi. Ah, yay. Hello, hello. Awesome. Great to see you, Mona. Great to see you. So, I went through this extremely strange cloak phase where I made, oh, what's in here is another shirt. Oh, I know what shirt. Oh, Kilroy, if you're out there, you are missed because you were the first person to notice this shirt when I had it on that day. Win or lose, we came for the booze. um, so I made this. I think almost 3 years ago. This is a giant comforter. Oh man. Oh man. I went through a hardcore cloak phase. It's a little bit different with the desk here, but oh man. Oh man, this thing is cozy. I forgot about this. I'm thinking about adding a button on this because it doesn't have a button. But I'm starting to find all my old unfinished projects or things that I thought were just good enough at the time. Man, this thing is steamy. But I absolutely forgot about this, and this is amazing. It has a giant print on the back. I almost forget what the print is in the first place. I am Palpatine on it's Palpatine on acid. Thank you, Mona. Thank you. Um, Also, I'm so glad that I remembered. I think I have my famous jacket in here that I made by just guessing. And I always tell people things like that to more to give them confidence. So let me see if my jacket is in here. Oh, that thing is so hot. That thing, you can see that I'm extra shiny after wearing that. Oh, I instantly started to perspire. Darth, Darth Red Riding Hood. I need to write all of these down, Alibaba. That needs a Viking type of closure. Yes. Okay. See, that's why I need you, Alibaba. If anyone has any kind of suggestions like that, please let me know. Because when I made these, I had no idea what I was doing. And now that I do, I can actually go back and finish a lot of these projects because they're really cool and they're fun. It says somebody who lives in a place where it's going to be like 100 something during the summer. Oh, Red Riding Hood. I love it. I love it. Let me see if I can grab my jacket. I can navigate through everything in here. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna move this really quickly. Oh. Oh. So I had amazing grandparents. Absolutely amazing grandparents. And when my grandmother passed away, I had the happenstance of being able to take everything from her house. She had an Alaskan size king bed. When I say that the covers for an Alaskan king are unreal size, I made a cloak. I made a giant cloak with a train. I made a kufi and a really itchy shirt with this material. But the first thing I made was this jacket. I had no idea what I was doing, and I'm still in awe of the detail because I did everything. I did all the intricacies by hand. I'm still shocked on how this came out. I'm gonna put it on in a second, but this thing is toasty. Like I said, I really didn't know what I was doing, so I made flared cuffs, but it still came out perfect. I'm gonna put it on in a second, but let me grab my phone because I can't see that far without my glasses on. Well, it looks like you have a cold and you're about to stick your head in an eucalyptus steam bowl. I love the colors. It looks amazing. Thank you, Alibaba. Thank you, Pam. I had no idea what I was doing, but because I had the mannequins, I was able to just shape my pieces and just put it on the mannequin. And this is one of the reasons I'm bringing this up because people constantly talk about you know, how do I learn how to make my own clothes and things like that? I took an old jacket and traced this and just traced it. I had no idea what I was doing. Some of it was frustrating because I discovered that day that I had to make side panels and I around the edge of every single one of these are all either the inside is machine sewn, but the outside is hand sewn. And because this is all made from materials from my grandmother's linen closet, if you're from my family, you will recognize this is from every Thanksgiving. This was a tablecloth. So I used the entire tablecloth for the lining of this jacket. Because, I was all about DIY back then. Is that a real big bird? Some people would say so. Thank you, Mona. Thank you. And I also added, and I found all of these laying around. Like these, I found these buttons at her house. I don't know if you can see these. I'll walk in closer in a minute. But I just randomly found these in my grandma's stuff. I don't know how old they are. I don't know what material they are, but they really tie this coat together. Draping is great for visual gauge to see if you like the look or not. A Thanksgiving lining. And you would have never known if I didn't say anything, but it made me laugh because that was my grandmother's tablecloth. That was like the one she'd pull out for all holidays. And you know what's funny? Because she was a sewist, she would laugh. If she saw this jacket, she would laugh hysterically. Because this is from an old blanket of hers. And when I say flared cuffs, this thing has flared cuffs. Hold on, let me fold it in. Oh man, every time I see this thing, it reminds me that like if you love what you do, you'll figure it out. if you have passion for something, or if you just want to see if you will figure it out. I forgot about this coat. Maybe one day I'll fix the cuffs, but I still love the giant cuffs on this thing. Hold on, let me move before I knock anything over on here. I have that tablecloth somewhere. I love stuff like that. I am a DIY kind of guy. I love stuff like that. We'll kill Big Bird and Mr. Snuffleupagus and turn them into a jacket monster. That lining is real nice, contrast to the outside. It looks like a combination of urban wear and sorority. I love this thing. Sometimes you got to give yourself your own flowers. I forgot I made this. This is something I absolutely went off on. And any like mistake I made, I covered it up and it looked even better. And that's when I adopted my woodworking theory of if you can't fight it, feature it. So I just kept on sewing and kept on sewing and kept on sewing until this thing was this jacket. Cool look. I bet if you wore that out downtown, people would ask you where you got it. This is another piece of clothing. Thank you, Alibaba. This is another piece of clothing that is hot. And I'm not even talking about the style. But like I was saying earlier, don't doubt yourself because I made this when I had no idea what I was doing and it came out perfect. That's why I always say that line of like, keep sewing because that's what this project was. I just kept going and going and it came out perfect. The one thing I have not done is I haven't put the buttonholes on this because I didn't want to ruin it. And I was scared of because my early solution was just getting an X-Acto knife, cleaning out the edges, sewing around it, and it looked rough. But if with a button on, you couldn't tell. But this came out so perfect, I didn't want to ruin it. So all of these years later, I made this, I think 3 or 4 years ago, if not longer, because a lot of what I did was upcycling and making things better, but it was rare that I would venture out and make something from nothing. So never give up on yourself. And when in doubt, always go to grandma's linen closet. And if you don't have one, go to the Goodwill. They have one there. Oh, good times. I'm so glad I found this coat. This coat, I need to put somewhere to inspire myself, but this is moth food. This is absolute moth food. Hey, hey, how's it going? Hey man, I love your videos on your Jankos. Inspired me to make my own. I'm walking the runway in them and I appreciate your work. Thank you. That is absolutely amazing. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. I'm gonna make another video about making Jankos. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. Thank you. You see? And if I say your name wrong, it's me. It's not you, it's me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Would you want a quilted jacket in Cali? um, why would you want a quilted jacket in Cali? People rock all kinds of things here. And if you think about it, my body temperature isn't the same as somebody who lives in a cold weather city. So what's cold to me is different than somebody else. Oh, I know it's probably turned down, but Alexa, what's the temperature right now? Right now, it's 62 degrees Fahrenheit. 62. Anything below 59, it is winter. I know, I know. Don't feel sorry for the guy that lives in the land of sunshine. I absolutely, yay, welcome back, Alibaba. I love quilted jackets as well. I think it's because I have a different body temperature. I'll rock. I wear a pea coat when I go to the beach at night. I wear my pea coat because I'm freezing. Only during August is it really like extremely hot here at night. And the topography of Southern California is crazy. So basically, like most of us live in the desert. Well, here where I live in Southern California, it's we're in the high desert. Yay! Hi, Yeasty. Thank you so much. I absolutely loved that comment. I've seen Pretty Woman. Everybody, do not forget to tip your waiter or waitress, and dog will be here all night. It's 59. It's 59 where Pam lives. That's crazy. This year the weather has been all over the place, so I'm gonna need all my crazy jackets. I'm so proud of this. I'm gonna do another lap with this, and I'm gonna take it off because this thing is extremely warm. But like I said, if you need inspiration, just look to old sewing. I made this, And I literally watched a video that said, hey, you want to make your own clothes? Just grab a, oh, thank you, inappropriate thumb. Just grab your own jacket and start making your own clothes. And I did. It snowed here today, even thunder snow. Please stop bringing up how warm hot it there is. I'm freezing. Hey, come on down. Why would you need a quilted jacket in the desert? It gets freezing here at night. Oh man, I'm working with designers in my area, and they're helping me sew them together in this program I'm in. I'm super sick because once we were done, we were taking them on the runway in a real show in Idaho. That is so beautiful. I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that. And there's nothing wrong with getting help at all. I need to, if you live in the Southern California area and you feel like being a sewing assistant to a gripey, disgruntled, tortured artist, come at me on Twitter. I need someone who loves a chatty person and cutting patterns. Dog, do you insulate from the heat and cactus? Yeah, you have to insulate from the heat and cactus. But that's awesome. That is awesome, EC. That is awesome. I don't think I've driven through Idaho. I can't say I've really hung out there, but that's awesome. Cactus are cold. Ugh. I have a project that I should finish because I was gonna add a hood on something, but I'm thinking about at the end of the year when I do my 2024 sewing and review, I'm gonna have like 70 long sleeve shirts with hoods. So I'm trying to slow down, but it's becoming the new Mimi G R11407. But this entire conversation has inspired me to go make some more Jenkos. So I'm definitely gonna do that. Cold-hearted for sure, those pricks. Oh, Kilroy, you're missed this evening. Alibaba's picking up. Oh, that jacket is hot. I still have the cloak back there. I can't even begin to describe how humongous an Alaskan king anything is. It was the thick cover, and the funny thing is it came from Sears. I don't know if it was custom made, but on every single label, because my grandma bought some funky patterns, so I had to make them into clothes. But every single label was Sears Roebuck. I thought that was so interesting. So I guess this is a Sears jacket. Repurposed. We'll call it repurposed Sears. Alaskan King is double queen size, right? That's exactly what it was. Because the top mattress was huge, but when I took it off, it was just two queen. No, I believe it's kings because they were huge. Yeah, it's Alaskan King. The bed was huge. And even at my size, because as a child, the bed looked endless. But even as an adult, I was like, man, this is a humongous bed. My grandparents had a giant bed. I hate pricks. Trump is a particular prick, but keep it between ourselves. Will lives in a red state. I live in the bluest of the blue. My state is so blue, you can see it from outer state. You can see it from outer space. All right, let's do it. I wasn't gonna oopsie shame myself, but let me put my glasses on so I can see everybody. I was having a vest moment, so I put my old vest on that I made. I haven't worn this. I used to stream with this vest on for every stream years and years ago. But I may or may not have purchased some more oopsies. But I think it's time to stop. We have now reached the oopsie shaming portion of the evening. Oh, I have to make sure that's not. I said this last week. I bought this because it had sequins. I have plans on making a headscarf out of this. I don't know why I bought more of this. I'll make more of an oopsie fort over there. Walmart bundles are absolutely fabulous. And the funny thing is, one of the reasons I'm stopping from going to Walmart is I don't even know how to say this nicely. People don't care anymore, and I'm not mad about it. I understand society's gone down the tubes. I get it. But if you contribute to it, then that's on you. My whole point is they don't come to the counter. You could hit the button at the fabric section and they just don't show up. They'll literally walk past you looking at you. So I just buy oopsies. Oh. And the funny thing is, lately I have made so much stuff from my oopsies. It is not even funny. I was thinking about making a while ago. I remember I said a while ago I made an ugly shirt, but then I got offended when people were like, "Oh wow, that's an ugly shirt." But I think I'm gonna make another ugly shirt, and I have enough oopsies here to do it. The red lighter blue looks fuzzy. Oh, it is extremely fuzzy. But the funny thing is, it reminds me of a bath mat. I have a bath mat that is that red fuzzy material. So one of the reasons I've hesitated to do anything with it is because I'm like, do I want to wear my bath mat? But eventually I will. Eventually I will. You went to town. I have a problem, is what it is. And every week I come out here and I'm like, I shouldn't oopsie shame myself. And you know what the funny thing is? I recently purchased a ton of this tie-dye and then I bought more. Oop, oopsie down. I don't know if I could stack this anymore. We'll put that one over there. And the funny thing is, let's see if that's the one that breaks I purchased that one months ago, and every time I look at it, I'm like, oh man, I should do something about this. Hoarding is a sign of depression, Will. Do you want to share? You're in a safe place now. You know what? I inherited a bunch of stuff and I just kept going. I wasn't born a hoarder. I was molded and shaped by hoarders. Oh. So I have actually been cutting the pile down though. I've really been cutting the pile down. I've been guilting myself to sew out of this corner because I have a ton of fabric and I constantly point over there, like you guys can see it, but behind all this stuff over here, I have a giant cart. It was that famous cart that the teacher would bring in on a rainy day when you knew you weren't doing anything. You were going to watch a movie that day. I have one of those old carts and it's filled with fabric. And in a weird way, it's like the ghost of every project past because the top stack are all the things I'm working on now. But when I move my mirror, I still have remnants of things I made years ago where I might have like a yard left over or two, or, a random 3 yards left over from something. But yeah, this looks like a bath mat I own. And now that I'm looking at the inside, this is furry material. I'm glad. If it had rubber on it, I was gonna throw it. Oh, but this I have a glorious bath mat that is that exact color. Yay! Yay! Hello, Joy. How are you doing? Great to see you. Good God. You bought every last one you didn't share. But the whole reason I'm oopsie shaming myself right now is because I'm not going to go for a week or two. But when I said that originally, Pam called me out and said the truth that I'm just going to go to a different Walmart, which is very true. You know what? I wonder if they have oopsies at the fourth Walmart. I haven't been out to that one because it's way north, but it's still in my town. It's still in my town. Yay! Great to see you, Joy. Great to see you. I can see your tombstone. Here lies godless sewing, drowned by cloth. Hey, I'll go out like Dale Earnhardt, doing what I loved. Yay! Hello, hello. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, right, sure. You know why? It's because it's that terrible thing because I can. But now that I have finally got a good look at this, I'm gonna actually do something with this. This needs to be a hood or yeah, it's 2 yards. So that's definitely gonna be something. And I was thinking about making a bag with that, but having a furry bag around me isn't necessarily something like it would look cool for the first month, but then it would look used because when I make a bag, I use them. Was here, but was on the phone with daughter. Sound off. That's okay. That's okay. Thank you for the support. Ah. My closest Walmart used to not carry oopsies, but but they remodeled and they do now. It makes me happy. It's like I said, it's replaced the people at the counter. The oopsies are more reliable, you know? And um, I famously start at 4 yards, 4 yards for $6. Come on. Come on. And again, this is a non-sponsored spot. Walmart is a necessary evil. It's just there. And they sell fabric, and it's literally within walking distance of my house. I also have a Hobby Lobby, a Joann's, a Michael's by my house. Michael's has gone the way of like nothingness. It's kind of a shell of what it used to be. They used to have fabric and all kinds of crazy stuff, but they really only have thread and and it's more specialty where you can get hoops and stuff, but not like it used to be. Laugh out loud, Bimpy. It's a non-sponsored spot. Red leg warmers. I like that. I like that. I made like fuzzy spats. I was going for leg warmers, but I didn't have enough material. I might redeem myself on that. That's actually a really good idea, Mona. Yes, I don't think ours has a cutting counter anymore. That's sad. That's really sad. They're doing that to a lot of the new Walmarts. I can see why, though. And it's not even that people aren't into sewing; it's that they just don't have the employees to be at the counter anymore. If you bought another 5 of that red furry cloth, you you could make half a willy warmer for me. See, that's the problem with the oopsies, dog, is that you have to buy it when you see it because that's the only one. Like with the weird tie-dye, because I'm in this weird tie-dye phase, I bought all the tie-dye they had. And I was shocked when I found more because I thought I'd purchased all of it. Leg warmers and a hat to match. I like that. I really like that. I have been working on trying to utilize fabric. because I've been looking at my scraps, and I have like half a yard or just these huge swashes of cloth that I'm shoving in the in my scraps pile. You know, that's one of the reasons to shave myself again. Lately, I counted, I have 10 55-gallon bags of scraps. You know what's funny? People keep on telling me, like, oh, you should send it to a quilting group. I'm going to start my own. I'm going to tell people you don't even need, like, just bring everything except for the material because I have that for you. And the last bag was so heavy, I could barely lift it. That meant that thing was probably like 300. I cut it in half, and it was still heavy when I cut it in half. Will in a tie-dye face seems frightening. Ugh. Um, I've said this a million times because all I wear is black. I'm exploring more colors, and I'm falling in love with everything. You know what? Um, when I was folding and everything and putting all of my makes in my closet, um, I fell in love with this bright neon green long sleeve hood that I made. I put it in the beginning of all my videos. I would have never worn that color in a million years. In a million years, I would have never worn that color. Yay! That much scrap is against the fire. Hi, Gilroy. Great to see you. Great to see you. Awesome. Awesome. It is. I meant to say terrifying. Great to see you, Gilroy. Great to see you. We were waiting with bated breath to see where you were. Awesome. Awesome. Yay. Hello. Hello. I am in a bright color phase. I'm bringing back, you know, it's so funny. I'm bringing back like the late 80s and the early 90s when everything was like neon and magenta and just loud. Which is funny because when I think of the early 80s, I think of brown carpet and shag carpet. Yay, William, how long have you been a sewist? Um, I've sewn most of my life, but a lot of it was like punk rock style. So I always was sewing, but most of it was making stuff like this. I went through a weird shoe phase when I had to join the workforce and dress like everybody else. I would get shoes for crews and I would sew these intricate designs on the tongues to the point where people would ask me, like, hey, where did you get those shoes? Not knowing that they were literal shoes for crews. But I didn't get like ultra serious until my grandmother came to live with me when she had Alzheimer's, and I hung out with her. This was in 2016, 2017. So for a couple of years, she lived in my house before she passed away, and I would just sew on the couch and hang out with her. And so I've been off and on most of my life. Are you self-taught? No, and they tried to teach me. I've actually taken a class, and I should be 10 times more professional than what I really am. I've I'm thinking about taking another class. They just don't have one in the college by my house because people do not sew anymore. I The JC by my house has become this giant beautiful place, and they have affordable units. And they always send those weird pamphlets to your house. I was shocked that they didn't have any sewing classes. I was shocked. That's awesome. You took care of her. My grandmother, I absolutely loved my grandmother. And it was I come from an extremely older generation. Like my parents were in their 40s when I was born. So when I was a kid, I did a lot of listening, and I was around a generation that isn't around anymore. So I feel fortunate to have spent time with that generation because, like, you know, those stories and those values and things, they live on in you or whoever, if you have the benefit of being able to sit down and listen to someone like that. And it enriched my life. It really did. Classes are for after my beautiful speech about enriching my life and the love for my grandmother. Classes are for asses. My thing is I wanted to learn like base design. I wanted to learn like how to the basics. And because I'm so jumpy, a lot of it was like, yeah, but I actually learned a lot when I took the class. I really did. I wanted to sew so that I would not get my sister's hand-me-downs. I was the youngest, so I got everyone's hand-me-downs. I know how that is. Oh, man, I know how that is. And, my father would sew as well, so there was never any stigma there. There was never any like, "Oh, this is what men do," or "This is what women do." And my grandmother was the kind of person, like, if you're sitting on the couch next to me, you're gonna hold this, you're gonna help me with my sewing machine, like, and I hung out with my grandparents when I was younger a lot. And so because of that, I spent time with these people. Oh, my grandma would be so proud that I took all of her stuff and I'm sewing with all of it. When I look at your background, Will, it reminds me of the old UK show Steptoe and Son. I think the US ripped it off and called it Sanford and Son. Red Fox is an actual hero of mine. And I've watched Steptoe and Son. You couldn't play that in America now. It's so politically incorrect. You couldn't play it now. Oh, good time. Same here, Will. I wonder what the fuck's going on with kids nowadays. But I remember that they aren't growing up around non-vets like I did. Man, seeing people with real hardcore mental issues will check you real quick. I grew up around non-vets, and it taught me the value of life. And World War II vets. Oh, that coffee is good. Hey, and if you're watching, shout out to my ex-wife for giving me a day off. If you know that if the coffee stein is out, I didn't go to the MMA class. Shout out to my ex-wife for coming through. Clutch, Voltron, co-parenting. And I'm serious. That's why I'm so relaxed today. Oh, I did plan on sewing a bunch, but then I got all nostalgic. No, I grew up around people that were obsessed with sewing. My father, he grew up self-sufficient. He grew up with his grandmother and his mother, and so they taught him everything. And also in the Navy back then, they taught you how to sew too. But let's keep in mind he joined in 1957. That's a different lifetime ago. But my whole point is I grew up always around sewists, so there was never a mystery there. And I always knew how to thread a sewing machine. Um, I will say though, the plague, let's be real, the plague helped my sewing because I was scared and trapped in the house. I made everything. I made the drapes. This room is lined with drapes. I made the drapes in here. I made everything because I was like, nope, I'm tuning out. So that's when I honed my craft during the plague. Elder abuse is fantastically frowned upon now. Poor Albert Steptoe. I should be ashamed. That show was awful. You could not show that in America now. You could not. Oh, don't worry. We thought it was just the acid you popped before the stream that relaxed you. I would never be this relaxed if someone slipped me a Mickey. I would be like, no, I would not be that relaxed. Oh, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Oh man. If I was on something like that, you would definitely notice because I would start talking philosophy. You'd be like, something happened. So I'm thinking on my vest, should I go multicolored or should I color block? I haven't decided yet. That's why I'm kind of sitting here into being indecisive. Let me move everything. You know, I love having the desk here. I'm just not used to it. I'm not used to being so organized. I'm used to pulling out my table and standing up. I'm definitely one of those people who likes to work and walk around at the same time. But I can do this. I'm thinking about making a hood for a shirt because let's see if it's here. This is the material. And you know what? I say this every week, but shout out to Modelo, man. I haven't seen the guy in almost like a month, and I have hundreds and hundreds of yards of fabric because of Modelo, man. And this is a weird polyester synthetic blend, but it's extremely bright. I was thinking about using it for a hood for a shirt just because the shirt's unfinished. So, 2024 is definitely the year of me finishing old projects. Okay, I saw that one. There we go. My ex-wife is going through it today. Her dog was put to sleep. Oh, that's so sad. He was extremely old, but still struggling emotionally. That's so sad. Um, when we when I was younger, we got a dog. I named him Cleophas. I used to call him my little brother. Cleophas lived, I think it was 19 years. I was grown when he was put down. I wept. Like for real, for real. But you don't have the Letterman effect if you wander around all over the place. True, true, true. And I love bringing out my dress form. It reminded me of Letterman when I brought my vest form out and did this. It just completely reminded me of Letterman. But this is the exact giant size of the vest. And like I said earlier, I was probably 20 pounds heavier when I made this. But I'm going to use this as a form for my yellow and denim vest. But instead of talking about it, we should get sewing. Let me this room always becomes a giant mess whenever I'm in here live streaming because I'm pulling things out, everything's coming. Let me see if I can move that angle and show you. Let's see. I've been messing around with my cameras, like this camera. Oh, no, not that one. This one. I want the giant CCTV angle. This is the only place it can be. There is no other place. I have tried everywhere. Thank you, inappropriate thumb. I've tried everywhere in this room. There is no other place besides this weird Batman angle that's slightly off to the side. I will be here. But I'm trying to get different angles because I'm sitting in a giant room. Let's see. Let's see how this looks. Perfect. Oh, that's a little too sideways. That's okay. This is the side cam. Let's see if I turn that way. Is that better? Oh man, there is a lag on the stream. A heavy lag on this stream. Oh wow. I can't diz because I'm overweight myself. I'm big bone. My belly bone is enormous. How's this camera? I always wonder about the quality of I can't remember which camera is the extremely quality one, but I think it's this one. You know what, dog? I have hardcore weight issue. My weight goes up and down all the time, so I completely understand. All right. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna make or where I should start. And you know what? I'm not over it. I'm extremely proud of this. This was all hand sewn, handmade. I did use a machine to form the pieces, but like I said earlier, if you don't know what you're doing, just start somewhere and you'll be amazed. And it's okay to have confidence in yourself. My belly bone is alien technology. It gets bigger even without any calcium. You know what? That's like I discovered at my age, if I even look at like cake or anything, it just goes my body just I I always jokingly say I should just tape it to my sides. Awesome. I do have a ton of stuff in here. Oh, right. I blame my feet. I can't keep them out of the local fried chicken shop. I wish we had something that wasn't a chain around here. Big business has one where I live, so it's nothing but chains. We used to have a lot of mom and pop shops, and people would come from all around the world to sell their beautiful food to to us Southern Californians, and it just doesn't exist anymore. At least on the outskirts of the city, you have to go more in. You need a belt made from wire from wire rope to hold that thing down. Oh, all right. Let me switch my angle. Oh, whoops. What am I doing? I should put my glasses on so I see what I'm doing. There we go. There we go. Do you know what's really funny? In today's world, if I made a belt from wire and rope and marketed it, I could probably sell it for thousands and thousands of dollars. That's what Balenciaga does. That's what all of these crazy companies do. It trips me out. I watch Refashioned Hippie. Again, another non-sponsored spot. She has thousands and hundreds of thousands of subscribers, so she doesn't need my endorsement, but she constantly points out how ridiculous fashion is. It's crazy to me how somebody will pay $4,000 for a pair of sandals. Well, let me take my glasses off when I say this. They're chanclas. You're paying that much money for chanclas? I'll go get my sandals right now and charge someone 4,000 for some worn sandals. Oh, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Mr. Magoo is back. I am blind. Market to perverts, and you'd sell so many you'd never have to work again. That's real, though. No, but that's real. Mr. Magoo has gone. Look, you found my flaw, okay? I have terrible vision. Kilroy, we're on to something. Patent pending, patent pending. I like that idea, actually. It's really been getting to me lately how, like, people buy this stuff. These companies have millions and millions, and if you look at their end of the year, they're having record profits at the end of every single year. Oh, my Xbox was letting me know that it's been hanging out too long. But it's not 1997, so I'll put that down. Oh, man. All right. So we did I made this. I forgot what I had something for. So I need some help carbon dating something. I found something in my toolbox. It made me laugh. Let's see if it has a year on it or if anybody even remembers what this stuff is. It's still in the package. I found whiteout. Oh, and of course, another oopsie. Oh, let's see if it has a year on here. Do they even still make this stuff? I found this in my toolbox and it kind of made me laugh because um whiteout is from a different era. uh, I constantly say, "Oh, I'm so old," but in my age, in my day, we still use typewriters. But when I found this, I had to laugh. This has been in the back of one of my rollaway toolboxes since the day it was probably purchased. Let me see if I can find a year on here. No, come on, Bic. You need to put a year on that. Well, glasses usually make people look intelligent. Perhaps try new glasses. Hey, dog, if you're insulting my glasses, you're insulting the U.S. Army. My glasses are U.S. Army standard issue. You can't buy a bottle of whiteout. You can buy a bottle of whiteout off Amazon right now for $154. Well, I'm not trying to resell it. I was just shocked that this thing is still in the package. I wouldn't even open it. I considered this stuff toxic back in the day. Even back in the day, I thought this stuff was gross. Yay! Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Oh, that reminds me. Do you know I'm looking at my notes, and on my notes, I have you still have not made a collar for Monday's project. I just laughed when I found that in my toolbox. And obviously its era had come and gone because it was never used. Is that the shirt? Let's see if I find my. Yay, I believe. Oh, right, the collar. Thank you, Ollie. Thank you. Welcome back, Joy. Welcome back. Because I'm all over the place, I'm probably going to finish this project first. But yes, I need to make a collar for I need to make a collar for Monday's shirt. But part of me, you know what? Right now I'm going to look up what insignia is on the Doctor's shirt, like the Star Trek original series, because if it's the patch I have, I might throw a patch on it and call it a day. Because I have the captain uniform, I have the I have the red shirt, which I had too much fun. I had too much fun making the red shirt. So we're going to check the insignia because Star Trek, the TOS Doctor uniform. Oh, is it that insignia? Oh, come on, Nurse Chapel. Is it the one I have? Oh, that's a weird. No, I don't think I have that one. What's McCoy wearing? Oh, nope, I do not have the Let me check to see if I have the Doctor insignia. All right, let me click off of this. That's a rabbit hole. Google will send you down like endless rabbit holes. I will insult you all day long, my friend. I'm from the UK. It's always meant as a term of endearment. Laugh out loud. The expendable guy, red shirt. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, man. You know what? The funny thing is, I have like 15 projects to finish at the same time. And every time I look at something, I'm like, oh, I should finish that. Like this week, I am definitely going to finish my cloak. I couldn't believe that I haven't made a clasp for that. And I like the hobbity kind of tie. I really like that idea. Matter of fact, I need to write that down. Watch The Voyage Home and Final Frontier today. Double bill. I'm a complete homer for that entire. Like I love Star Trek the original series. That was like my era. But when I was a kid, it was the era of reruns. And so like that's what was on TV. I fell in love with the George Reeves, I believe that's his name, Superman. I fell in love with Dick Tracy because they were still showing this stuff on television. Google makes more money from you if if they get you going around in circles. That is so real. It bothers me how non-specific they are. I type in things to a very like to a parameter where you can't run, and they'll still be like, "Oh, but what about this?" is is that why you like getting on here and doing the same thing all the time? Reruns. I live for reruns. I absolutely you know what's so sad? That's basically what I watch now because I'm so tuned out. I watch reruns of old shows because they're better produced than stuff that's made nowadays. Killer no joke. People are having trouble looking up sewing machine models due to that endless loop. Thank you. They send them on. Thank you. Do you know there's at least two white sewing machines and one singer that I still don't have the date to. I can tell you around the era, but because it will send me on such a loop, I refuse to even look it up. And one day I will unbury those machines, but Alibaba is 100% correct. It's frustrating, especially when you type in something extremely specific and you're like, this is exactly what I need. And they're like, what about this? The internet. Awesome. All right. So let's get some sewing done this evening, huh? All right. Let me move all of this. I say this all the time, but I like the confines of this table because it stops me from making just these huge hoods. All right. I've been really listening to a lot of music, and I have the craziest song stuck in my head right now. On the western side of Denham, Eastern girls and western. That 80s playlist is undefeated. Is absolutely undefeated. I'm gonna need something to hold this down. I watch the same thing over and over again too. One thing I like are French and Italian movies from the 50s and 60s. There sure hell aren't making any of those. I'm the same way. That's why I buy like the entire works of something. Like I was really into Stargate. I own everything they've ever put out. Star Trek. I even have those weird offshoot DVDs they used to sell at Best Buy. I am into. Do you know what's so funny? Even the books that I read are in that sci-fi genre, so I am extremely into that. So I can totally identify with that. And I'm gonna need something to weigh this down. Koala, you don't. Oh, let's use my camera. Good old Canon camera, multi-use Canon camera. All right, I'm gonna give myself a little bit more space for this hood. I don't feel guilty for my giant scissor collection anymore now that I found out how many pairs of scissors everybody else has. Keep in mind, though, I did inherit quite a few from people who were lifelong sewists. So I have all kinds of whisks and all kinds of interesting things that I don't even use because they're so old. Okay, that's good enough. There's nothing wrong with that, though. Like there's all kinds of stuff that I watch over and over. I'm gonna put this on the dress form. Let me move some stuff and clean up a little bit because it's always a mess in here. Oh, all right. I think there's enough room. Do you know what's so funny? I've been cleaning out my closet. I made a ton of space, and then I realized there's never enough space because I just kept on unfolding things and putting them up and putting them up. There's never enough space. Minimalism is great if you're rich and and can afford to replace anything. If you aren't rich, you better keep stuff for parts. Hey, that's real. Hey, that's real, Kilroy. And I'm so blind. I thought that comment was the other one. No, but that's 100%. Is that why I keep that car in front of my house? Not to regulate the property value of my neighborhood? I am the real life. I am the new age Fred Sanford. I've told the story 100 times. I was gonna name my channel the Fred Sanford sewing channel, but there's already somebody with that name, and he owns more sewing machines than I do. But you know, I always laugh because I live the life. I have the old beat up truck. And now I have the theme song stuck in my head. All right. West End Boys by the Pet Shop Boys is the gayest, no offense, song ever written. They were called the Pet Shop Boys because they bought a lot of hamsters to put in bags and shove up their poop. Thank you, dog, for the history lesson. Thank you very much. Thank you for the history lesson here in the House of Sewing. Oh, man. I love that song. I absolutely love that song. Oh, I was listening to that and Don't Ride the White Horse. I love that song. No, it's Don't Ride the White Pony. Don't Ride the White Horse. All right, so I have that off. Let's continue to remember what I'm doing. You know, this is true House of Sewing. I'm going to put an unfinished project on an unfinished project. But I'm definitely going to add a collar on that because I am in my hoodie era. I am in the middle of, I'm so deep in it. When I look back, I'm going to be like, wow, I made a lot of these. Pull it in a little bit. Okay. So we'll go 13 and a half. I'll send you a hamster in a bag. Hopefully where I live that's illegal. All right. So I have that measured out. Now I have to remember what my measurements were. Oh, dog, your comment threw me off. Okay, I'll go 14 inches. Even though I was going to go 13, I can always flop it over. We'll go 14. I tell you, a great way to keep your property values reasonable. Once a month, go out in the front yard and drink a case of beers without your shirt on. Do you know what's really funny? In a weird way, I was doing that when there was like a great exodus from my neighborhood because the property values skyrocketed, and unfortunately, a lot of people just couldn't afford to live here. And the California's just expensive. A lot of people moved. But, like, I would go when they had open house, I would go walk around. Like, no, like, and the thing is, any other neighborhood on earth, I moved back to where I'm from. Like, I'm actually from here. So when people are, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "You're standing on it." Man, yesterday there was someone I know, they're new to the neighborhood. They were walking their dog and they were looking at me and I'm looking at them like, "Who are you?" I know you're new. So if you I do my duty to keep property value at bay here. Okay, let me move all of that. I'm just gonna cut that because that's wanting to run. So I will fix that. I will fix that. That's an extremely heavy material, so it fell quick. I have to measure out 14 though inches because I really do not want this neck to be wrong. Neil Tennant, the lead singer and writer of the Pet Shop Boys, was done for animal cruelty here in the UK, considering small rodents that fit in a bag. That's wrong. Oh, and during the open house, smoke camel darts that'll make sure whatever house they're in, it sells for a unreasonable price. Do you know what's really funny? It's not that I feel sorry for my neighbors, but I doubt they warned my neighbors about me. Like, I am a loud neighbor. And you know what's funny? I'm one of those people, like, I know that I'm highly aware of the things I do. I only play dumb on the internet. But like sometimes I don't realize how loud I really truly am. And I feel sorry for my neighbors because I have an inner ear problem. I'm not like I think I do just because I'm an extremely loud human. I still want to know. You know what it's weird to me that people aren't neighborly anymore. It's weird to me. I introduced myself to my neighbors and stuff because I want to know who's living next to me, you know? This is why I'm going to get a warehouse and move to in an industrial area where I don't have neighbors. All right. I'm going to flip this and run it through. You loud prick, I can hear you all the way across the country. Hey, the Los Angeles Kings finally got a win. That's the beautiful thing about the internet. You know what? The serger, let me even that out. I rely a little bit too much on the serger. Perfect. And now I have "Don't Ride the White Horse" stuck in my head. Okay. You know what's really funny? The serger, more than anything else, has completely changed my productivity. It has really changed my sewing. It's changed my style. It wasn't that I was anti-serger. It's just that every serger I came across was broken. And I'm a refurbishing guy, and I thought I'd fixed it and then it wasn't fixed and it was a mess. And then I bought a brand new serger and it changed my life. So I am definitely in the serger appreciation society. Perfect. Put a vote Trump sign on your yard in front of your house. And your house will be a safe forever. Trust me, nobody will want to buy your shit. Being neighborly just invites drama nowadays. You don't get any help, just gossip and hell. You know what? I have a neighbor who talks about everybody. And it's like, how can, and I look at her and I'm like, I know you talk about me. I know. It is better. It's so sad though. I think because I grew up in an extremely neighborly, like I grew up old school, and so because of that, I'm like, man, people are just to themselves nowadays. I was at an offer today for two 1980s brother 600 DL Surgers, one working and the second for parts. I could get one additional one for 175 on a table. Oh. You know, I constantly think about those jukey tables I saw downtown. Those serger tables live rent free in my head. I watch my own shorts where I'm like, oh man, I should have bought that. But I wasn't willing to spend $9,000 for a serger that day. Reminds me of my son when he told me, "Oh, that truck I want only 10,000," and I, oh, kids, brand new table. That's a deal. That's a deal I would take. You know what's really funny? As the weeks go on, I'm thinking about taking. Oh man, I just don't have the room in here. I keep on. There's an industrial serger at a thrift store that I go to all the time. That thing is so heavy. Oh, I don't even know. Man, I don't know, but I have a bad feeling if I went in there and offered her like $60 for it, she would let me buy it for that much. But I just don't have the room for an industrial machine like that. You trash a brand new table. This is kind of a new one right here. And the only thing I've really done to it is give it coffee stains. All right. All right. So I have that. Let's start surging. Let me move my angle. Let me move my ashtray and nebulizer. Because here in the House of Sewing, we are hardcore. Oh, to shame. To shame. And I was not kidding about the neb. Oh. Okay. So let me move my angle a little bit. Perfect. Perfect. Wow. Do you know what's really funny? I watch videos of people threading sergers. I need to get a life. Okay. Okay. Man, it is a mess in here. But no one said sewing was a tidy adventure. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to serge this real quick and then I'm going to attach it. But I'm going to completely serge it around all edges because I like the look. I like the look and it doesn't fray at all. The new table takes room and a bit bigger than the old 80s table on the working original. Do you know what's really funny? On the industrial that I'm going to buy, it is on the exact same table as this. It's on the exact same table. And I know for a fact that just this table without the blind stitcher weighs a good 250 something, like, because the table is heavy but it's on metal legs and they're sturdy because it's, back then they cared, they made things that actually last. So I'm stoked. You know what? You know what's so funny? I keep on bringing it up. So I am obviously going to buy that industrial serger if it's there. I just don't like the price for it because it's so trashed. I'm going to have to work on it. Sorry, I just remembered I had my water there. Perfect. All right. I officially have scissors at every station in this room, and it is convenient. Someone's like pimping. It ain't easy, but somebody's got to do it. Comment of the evening. Comment of the evening so far. I wish I had the space. I've been giving myself a hard time, but like I've been driving my truck a lot lately, and I was like, what would happen if my truck just kind of ended up at that thrift store with that 300-pound serger? Because once I get it in the truck and I get it home, I have pulleys, I have levers, I have hoists, I have motor mounts. I can get that in here by myself. I would too. I definitely would. I wish I had the space. You know, over in this corner, I was thinking about where you see all those screens and everything. And yes, that's Alf. If you see all those screens and everything, they're sitting on tables that can be moved. And so I was thinking about putting this table actually back in that corner and having this set here permanently. But I kind of like everything that's going on over there. But if I get the industrial, it's going to go back there. And half of that stuff, everything is moving somewhere else. But I don't know. I don't know if I have the emotional space for an almost 400-pound sewing machine. We'll see what happens. It's more of an investment. Oh, excuse me. Even if I get it cheap, it's still a huge investment because of the time. And what if I plug it in and it doesn't work at all and I have to replace the motor and like, you know. Oh man, I have a bunch of questions now. But this particular thrift store loves me, and they watched my son grow up, so I guarantee you they'll give me a good price. It's the store where they have hockey jerseys for hundreds of dollars, and I walk in there and I'm like, "How much you selling that for?" And they're like, "Oh, $20 each." Oh, that move somewhere else sounds like it might end up in an open space in the closet. We'll sing in the background now, people. I'm still here, but if I don't respond, then I'm either sleeping or don't care. Love you all. It's 5:30 a.m. here, by the way. I'll be typing to you till 7:30 a.m., won't I? Oh. Well, dog, thank you for being here. We absolutely appreciate you here in the House of Sewing, and your banter and your wit and your our UK you're the keeper of the UK flame here in the House of Sewing. Oh. I keep on looking for scissors, even though they're right here. It's such a habit I formed of not. Oh, did I miss a piece? That's good. Of not having everything right next to me. He's our UK correspondent. Absolutely, Kilroy. Absolutely. Whoa. Oh, man. I almost ate it live on YouTube. Oh, that was a good one. Okay. So I'm going to clean up a little bit more in here because I'm tripping over everything. And then I'm going to start attaching the hood. I'm going to grab my sewing machine and my trusty plug. Because here in the House of Sewing, I am a giant fire hazard. So that plug is always plugged in. Oh. You know, I don't even know how old this Dritz holder is, but it's been around as long as I can remember. And that thing is undefeated. I use this thing for everything. And it's just a piece of steel with a wire on it, but it is the greatest spool holder I've ever owned. I took the spool holder off of the blind stitcher. I don't even know where it is in this room. And it was really weak. Because it was mounted on the table, it looked really strong. It was not. Take care, dog. Will the UK unanimously I can't even say it. The UK unanimously agrees. Stay put. I've already been there. I will. You know what? I absolutely love your country. I love your culture, and I love your people. So don't judge, dog. And you don't speak for the entire UK. There's people that live there that are begging me to come there. Oh, good times. Good time. The blind stitcher is besides the serger, right? Now, isn't it? Yes. You know what though? Let's be real. Let me move out of the way. I've used the blind stitcher table as a table. There's a Singer merit on it. There's a bunch of hats. Alpha's on the blind stitcher. I have all my old but still relevant microphones there. Okay. All right, let me plug this in. Whoa. Oh. All right, let me tidy up a little bit. I just have West and girl stuck in my head now. The blind stitcher, I got it to work, but because of the enormous size in here, it became a hat rack. So you have to be careful when you buy things. But because of its enormous size, it's better used as a table in this room than anything else. Laugh out loud. I do that with my Singer 96 on table. The 2 inches maple makes me think of a work table, but I put it to work. See that, and that's another thing. I get more use out of the table than I have ever got out of the blind stitcher. I love it. I love it. And when I get my warehouse, that will be my first project, is making 1,000 pockets. And that's another thing about the blind stitcher. It's an industrial machine. It's made to keep going and going and going and sewing and just not stop. It is a hardcore machine. Okay, light works. But I now know how to use it. I watched video after video because the particular model I have was well used and people still use it. Businesses, tailors still use it. So there's a lot of videos and information out about it. So I got lucky. I got extremely lucky, at least with that piece of equipment. But Alibaba, you were 100% right about what you were saying earlier about the information about certain machines. There are certain machines that I look up and it just sends me on a loop. It just sends me on this wild goose chase. Oh, wow. I have to bite and not fall asleep. What the fuck is a blind stitcher? It's basically grab your pocket and look at the bottom of your pocket. When you see the stitch on the outs, well, if you looked in a pocket, that's what a blind stitcher does. It basically goes underneath and stitches where you can't see. And it's a huge industrial piece of equipment. It's huge. And that's why when I saw the industrial sewing machine on the table, I knew exactly how much it weighed. I still want to see what brand it is, but at this point, it really doesn't matter. Oh, I'm sitting here talking myself into buying an industrial sewing machine. Do you know what happens? This is how it starts. This is how it always starts. I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, what if I offer them like blah, blah, blah. And then I'm going to get there and they're going to say yes. And then I'm going to be driving home like, oh, that worked. And then I'm going to get home and be like, gee, I have a 400-pound sewing machine. How do I get this out of the truck? This is how it starts. And I guarantee you, in a week from now, I'm going to have, oh man. No, I'm going to go see Mr. Modelo this weekend. I don't need an industrial sewing machine. I'm doing an intervention on myself right now. I'm doing a sewervention right now. I do not need an industrial. Let's have a talk. William, I'm looking right at you. When you're watching this later, I want you to watch this part and remember that you do not need an industrial sewing machine. Oh man, I'm probably going to buy it. Remember to bring the samples to oh, thank you. Thank you, Alibaba. I need to write that down because I am on a quest for that perfect black material. It was just that material that everything is made out of. That everything is made out of. Thank you so much, Alibaba. I needed that reminder. You don't need an industrial sewing machine. You just need to hold your fabric hoard. Oh, you just need industrial racks to hold your fabric hoard? Ugh. I do. I do. It is true, though. I have to talk myself out of it because if I told you the real number of sewing machines I had, like when you got done laughing, you'd be like, wow, that's a lot. So it's not like I need another sewing machine, but like, and that's another thing. Is it working? I'm just gonna go see Mr. Modelo Man and buy more fabric. I'm gonna go to if it's not raining, I'm gonna go to the swap meet. Really, what's been throwing me off is I have developed new habits. I've developed all these new things I do, but they're contingent on the weather. And because I live in a place where the sun shines all the time, I take it for granted. And so we're in an El Nino year. It's been raining, and I'm like, how do people live across the country for the rest of the year? But I'm used to being outside. I'm used to commerce being outside. Laugh out loud. I have 2 industrial racks. Do you know what's really funny? I saw a video today where somebody, I thought it was a warehouse. They were in their garage. They had hundreds of sewing machines. They were all modern, but they were on those industrial racks. They were either, what was it? Because it was a Serger video. I think they were a brother ambassador, as they say in scare quotes. Time to call up Granger or Fastenal Man and finally order those racks. Do you know what's really funny? The Fastenal guy, they love me. The Fastenal guy wants my business so bad, Kilroy. I'm gonna go get that thing. It's in my shed. Excuse me. I jokingly told the guy, like, hey, bring me a baseball diamond rake and I'll buy it off of you. He came back with one. And I own a baseball diamond rake. Those fat now. I have their funny car series T-shirts. The Fast Now guy loves me. If I called him for Rex, he would literally set them up in here. If I called him, he wants my business so bad. It's more because of my job. But if I called him up and was like, "Hey, I'll pay you for something at my house," he would come over here right now. If I called him at 9:39 at night, he would come running to my house. That's not a bad idea. 14 watching and only 4 likes. Get your shit together, people. Dog, I love your UK. I can imagine you walking into a room and saying that to people. There's only 4 likes here. All right, I'm going to attach my hood. One of the reasons I'm so reluctant is because the mic stand is so humongous. My mic stand is huge. It's not the top of the stand, it's the base of it. All right, let me see if I can move my Golden Girls chair. See, that's why I need a warehouse so I can enjoy my Golden Girls chair and have an office chair in the same sense. Perfect. I was gonna but now I'm not, just because it pisses off. Don't worry, my Latvian people will. All of my Latvian rewatchers will like it. And now that I'm thinking about it, shout out to everybody who rewatches my streams. You're amazing. Quite a few people rewatch my streams, and I appreciate every single one of you. Uh-oh. I have another song stuck in my head now. We have now entered the karaoke part of the stream. If anybody wants to run now, I don't blame you. But I work so hard for you. I was listening to I was listening to George Michael today, and then Wham came on. Oh, I need to put that on different sides. Somebody tell me why I work. Oh, how do I like that? Is that gonna look good though? Okay, that's perfect. Karaoke before food part. Well, I ate before the stream, but now I'm hungry again. So we can blend them both. My playlist is all over the place now because of streams I'm on, of just all different types of things. And so now I get the most random songs stuck in my head. I don't think that hood's going to be big enough. I got to go way higher. Oh man, I almost made a giant mistake. Okay. Blended karaoke. Elton John has children too. Somebody tell me. There are certain songs, because I grew up in the MTV era, there are just certain songs that live rent free in my head because they were, the song back in the day. And pre-internet, we were marketed certain things, so everybody heard certain songs. Perfect. Biological children. Okay. You know what's really funny? I've been meaning to do this for months and months and months and months. And I keep on remembering that I have a dress form and I can actually turn it instead of having to walk around it. I just have to make sure this thing is going to be big enough because I have a feeling it might not be. But it's all about placement. Okay. Pinning is a funny thing. I really have to pay attention to this because I'm trying not to pin the shirt underneath it. Which, once I pull this off, I'm going to shame myself for not finishing the other project. Okay. I have to pay attention real quick because the back kind of tapers down. And so I'm going to pin it in place and see how it looks when I start sewing it. So, because when you're making something, you can always fix it while you're sewing. But if you sew it in place and make a mistake, you're living with it forever. Unless you want to do the dreaded seam rip dance. And if you'll know, see, I'm not even going to talk about a seam ripper because I'm going to brag how I do not necessarily use seam rippers or need them. And then I'm going to need one. So I will refrain from that conversation. Pre-planned pirate sewing? Absolutely, Alibaba. Absolutely. Well, I try to think out my swashbuckling. I just don't pull up to shore and start pillaging right away, you know. I got to figure out where the fabric store is first. Perfect. Okay, me line up the back. You know, I absolutely love having a dress form. It has, much like having a serger, it has really upped my game as far as sewing goes. Perfect. And I'm just gonna work on this one and pad this one. I'm not like I was thinking about buying another one, but I already have enough. All right. No, that hood might be perfect. I have to admit, I do like that peach fabric. Thank you. Thank you. It is a good summer color, Alibaba. Thank you. Like I said, I'm trying to add color to my drab wardrobe. I'm gothic. I wear black every day. Black or blue or denim or something in that realm every day. And so because of that, I'm changing my style a little bit. I'm gonna add some color to it and see what happens. Okay, oof, that pin is holding on for dear life. Perfect. I don't want to sew that too high, but it needs to have consistency. But I also have a giant head. So I have to keep my face into consideration. All right. Perfect. Do you see my precise measuring? I don't think it'll fit around my big fat face. I have to bring that down a little bit. Okay. This is actual extremely precise measuring because I am now doing it the real way. Perfect. Now let's see if I can get my cabeza. Beautiful. Uncle Fester to wear that black. I absolutely love wearing black. And you know what? I wear it's funny because when I wear anything that's different, people are like, "Who are you and what did you do?" Or they think I was abducted by aliens or something. Oh, did I pin the projects together? Oh, I did. Ah. Ah. Which one is it? Oh, it's two pins. Oh man. Oh, it's three mess. Absolute mess. Okay. So I'm gonna have to figure this out because that was an utter and complete mess. I have a pin in my mouth. All right, let's just throw it in the sewing machine and start sewing. Oh man. Mess. But see, this is the beautiful thing about when you have a general idea of what you're doing. I can find back where I was, and I need the same spacing I had before. I just need to give myself some time, put it right back Beautiful. That's going to have to go back even further because I can see already where it's going to fold. Perfect. Although mentioning Street Jive has probably drove them away. I am attempting to bring the kids to the channel with my Street Jive. Oh, dog. You're saying Street Jive ages all of us. Okay, perfect. Just making sure it didn't go through. I just need to start where I can catch. That's the beautiful thing about a sewing machine is that this is just a mess right now. But once I line everything up perfect and I get it on the line, the pedal would work too. Having the foot pedal would work. Oh. I remember when people were talking jive. So do I. The good old days. Okay, let me cut this piece. Perfect. Do we have contact? And if anyone's wondering, I am playing bobbin roulette as always. I do not know how much thread is in the bobbin. We're gonna find out together if this thing's even sewing. But it's nothing but excitement here in the house of sewing. At least I have the pin cushion next to me this time. Do you know what's so funny? I have pin cushions that you wear, and I still manage to lose them. You would think by design, if you're wearing something, you wouldn't lose it, but naturally, I'm still like, where's my pin cushion? Where is my pin cushion? All frustrated when they're all over the place, waiting to be worn. Perfect. All right, so I'm halfway through, so I'm going to flop the other side of the hood over. All I'm doing is holding it to keep it in place, but it looks really good. It looks like it's still sewing. That's because you're old as dirt, Ollie. Would be ready to go right there if that was a treadle. Stonehenge. Alibaba and I were there when everything was created. We were there when fire. We were there with the monolith. Do you know I still love that movie? I love Stanley Kubrick. Sounds like it has enough thread, just enough. Do you know I think of you, Alibaba, because you're like, did you check that bobbin? And I'm like, no, I have not. No. It's because I do a lot of sewing. I'm constantly sewing. I'm constantly making things. And so it's not necessarily something that I'm like, yeah, I play bobbin roulette. I do. I'll admit it. Okay. This is intricate stuff. Treadle Alibaba is a true Trekkie because they're speaking in Klingon. No, dog, it's Tribble. So true. You know what's really funny? I still watch the original series. That's because I'm completely tuning out this world, but I still watch the original. Those old scientists or the original series. Okay. Oh. Perfect. Come on, we're almost all the way through. And I knew my stretching the stretchy material would work. My evil plan has come to fruition. Come on. Oh. It's 'cause, okay, I see where I'm not on. Ooh, that barely is on. There we go. I was wondering why I was off on the pin. Perfect. Oh, we made it all the way around. Perfect. Now I'm going to pull my pins and see how this looks. I was really reluctant because I made this hood a lot larger than it should have been. I did not trust the math on this one. But because it's a stretchy material, I was able to stretch and sew at the same time. So any mistake that was made is covered up by what skills I have. All right, speaking of stretch and sew, let's combine this piece without making it look crazy. Perfect. I'm gonna pull this back around. Though I'm always searching for an. I have here we go again. I have White Snake stuck in my head. I've been really hitting it heavy on the playlist lately. All right. Perfect. Well, Manchester United and fans be. All right. So I'm gonna pull this out and see what it looks like. This is a bright shirt. This shirt is going to be so bright. This is in the dressed in like a bag of Skittles category because this shirt is bright. But this year, I'm going to finish a lot of the projects that I started because I love sewing. This is something that I absolutely love to do. But I've been noticing a pattern of unfinished projects. So I'm going to go back and finish everything that I've started. And because of Mr. Modelo, I still have all the fabric. This I purchased months and months and months ago because we're not even at my year anniversary from Modelo Man. So I know I purchased this a few months ago, but I'm just now getting around to finishing it. We have our own words for those people, Alibaba. I don't want to get Will demonetized, so I won't state them. Why does Amazon think I want a case of empty beer bottles? You know what's really funny? I know someone who makes their own, and they're constantly asking people for their champagne bottles or those big, like any big bottle. So maybe they think you brew your own. Because that's big with people. Let me see. Is that a mistake? That's big with people who brew their own. I could improve back there a little bit. So I won't turn you off. But that's just me guessing. Amazon is strange, says the person who has a real life Amazon addiction. They try to sell me everything. They're like, hey, sucker, you're on here all the time. What about this? And what about this? They know they have me. Okay. The ceramic flip top bottles. Are those the ones, Kilroy? They're constantly trying to sell me all kinds of stuff. But Amazon, their algorithm is smart because they see that I buy certain things. So they're trying to sell me like equipment. They're like, hey, if you like this, buy this $10,000 embroidery machine. You looked at it. You should buy it. Amazon is the worst for that. Okay, perfect. Nope, the regular ones, like the Bud Light bottle. What are they trying to sell you that for? William and chat, please stop being so compelling so I can get some sleep. You did this the other day. We're gonna talk to you all the way until breakfast tea. Till the first cup of the day. Oh, right. That is so funny. Don't buy it. I have some cheaper Canadian ones. I'll sell you a two for a. Oh, do you know what's so funny? I listen to a lot of hockey. I'm crazy and I have satellite radio and I listen to a lot of hockey. I listen to a lot of games and I can always tell what I'm listening to because they'll be talking and they'll be like, "Oh, 4 liters of this." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm watching a Canadian hockey." I'm listening to a Canadian station. Or it's just certain things they mention where I'm like, "Oh, okay. I know that's not American." Oh, good times. Good times. Oh. Perfect. All right, now it's time for the reveal. Give me a quick second. I'm going to drink some coffee, take a quick break. You know what's really funny? I sit here and I drink 2 pots of coffee, dog. I sit here and drink just pot after pot of coffee. 4 hours from now, 5 hours from now, thank you, inappropriate thumb. I'm going to be like, why can't I sleep? Why can I not sleep? Hockey Anonymous. I need to go to Hockey Anonymous. I'm already watching the replay of tonight's game. And seriously, when I've been going through all my t-shirts lately, like I'm wearing a King shirt right now. I do need Hockey Anonymous. This shirt is from either the 2012 playoffs or it's from the 2010 playoffs. This shirt is not young. But that is a Blackhawk that Bailey is wrangling. This is an anti-Chicago t-shirt. Because the Los Angeles Kings do not like the Chicago Blackhawks. We always end up playing them in the playoffs back in the day when our teams were good. But I have a ton of Los Angeles Kings gear. It's ridiculous. You know what's so funny? You bring that up, and I'm literally wearing a hockey shirt, unironically. I do need Hockey Anonymous. It's soothing to me. It adheres to my nature. I know people are gonna laugh, but hockey is soothing to me. I played hockey. Like if you ever just tool around on the ice with a stick and a puck, it is the most peaceful thing on earth. I know getting beat up by your fellow hockey players isn't fun, but I love hockey. And I think it's because I played it at a young age. I'm extremely biased towards it. Oh, wow, the hood fits. Barely. Oh, it gives the effect, though. All right, let me find my glasses. Which pair of glasses? I don't know. Oh, that stinks. I can't find my glasses because I've been so much crudted here. Fun fact, the Chicago Blackhawks' old stadium was the loudest in the world. The roof was accidentally shaped in such a way that it amplified every sound in the hall. Some of the greatest documentaries are about that place. I've seen amazing documentaries about that place. Where are my sunglasses? Oh, that's a mystery now. I'm probably sitting on them knowing me. Oh, the hood is a bit odd, but that's okay. Oh, there they are. Perfect. I have the scorpion stuck, though I keep on searching for an answer. Oh, this is perfect. I'm hanging it all up. I'm gonna be the great hood maker. I love this. You know what's really funny? I look like I'm driving a car in the 1950s. My grandmother used to wear headbands that look like this. Oh, I love it. Smashing crashing hockey with Don Cherry might be relaxing. Do you know what's really funny, Alibaba? I have a ton of Don Cherry VHSs. That's why when people trash Coach, I'm like, he was from a different era. But again, I'm not here to get political. Coach said something dumb and got fired, so that's on you, you know. But I love how this came out. I love the color. I absolutely love how this came out. You are the Don Cherry of sewing. I will take that. I will take that. Don Cherry. Do you know what's so sad? I've been watching Don Cherry my whole life. He was quietly like a hero of mine, and he got canceled for telling people they were not patriotic for wearing a poppy, and he got fired. Oh, Don Cherry was my hero. Coach had the best suits in the world. And there's people that try to copy Coach. Coach had the best suits. He was the original. Like in hockey, now it's a thing of walking down the tunnel in a nice suit. Coach invented that. He was unironically just wearing rockin' clothes. Like he would come with plaid suits. He was the original. Coach, I take that as a term of endearment. Don Cherry was my hero. All right, let's see how ridiculous the hood is. Oh, I love it. It's not as dramatic with the that's one of the reasons I don't necessarily like having the table in here because it cuts the room in half, but I like the look. And I like the Wednesday night sewing Letterman. I like the Letterman setup. So, like I said earlier, just like my jacket that I handmade, just start sewing something. It's easier to make your own clothes than you think. People look at it like it's a challenge, but I really don't think it is. And I've developed my own style. And Joy earlier asked me if I've taken a class because I am a true pirate when it comes to sewing. But yes, I have taken several. The fabric drapes in the back flat. That's how I wanted it. Yay, Teletubbies is on. I used to when my son was a baby, he would watch that and we would both be sitting there watching the Teletubbies like the Teletubbies are crazy. Good times. Good times. You need the Carson look. It ties the whole show together. I do. Tubby custard. I do. I definitely do. Waternay needs to that means Waternay needs to say hi-oh. Awesome. Awesome. Yes, it drapes nice in the back. Perfect cut for it. No excess. I'm getting better and better. And I'm telling you, having this table really keeps me within length because I'm still making a crazy size hood. But when I have my big tables, I just come and cut as big as I can. I like the wide look. This is kind of hugging my face, but I like it. It makes me it's very 1950s-ish. I really like the way this came out. Let me turn to the sides. And because of the delay, I can look at this screen and see it. Oh, I like it. Oh, I really like it. You know what's so funny? It's no secret. I fall in love with designs. I fell head over heels for Mimi G pattern R11407. Right now, my closet is like coats because there's just trench coat, dusters, anything you could possibly think of is in that closet. And my long sleeve 1990s combo is slowly becoming that. I went through a chaps phase, but I noticed how quite a few people would click off when I started making chaps. But I have to warn you, Beyonce was wearing these Janko style chaps. I'm probably gonna make a pair. I saw a picture of Beyonce and she had these giant chaps on, and I was like, I can make that. So just fair warning, fair warning. It looks like it would be nice at the beach. Oh, I like that. You know why? Because I need something to put on top of myself before I take my shirt off. I really like that idea. It's very tinkly winkly-ish. Thank you, dog. I'm going for tinkly winkly-ish and not bland. So beachwear. Absolutely. And that's so funny. Where I live, people wear extremely bright colors at the beach. R11407 Anonymous. Hello, my name is William, and I'm addicted to Mimi G pattern R11407. Welcome, Mr. Sewing. Welcome. Was your chaps phase the same as your exotic bar phase? Well, both have never disappeared. I just don't do them on screen anymore. That's all. That's all. No, but I saw Beyonce had these giant chaps on, and I was like, hey, those are actually kind of rocket. Those are awesome. And they look like Jankos. And she was wearing cowboy boots, and they completely covered her shoe. They were humongous. So I'm definitely thinking about making something in that realm. Definitely thinking about making something in that realm. And I laugh because Beyonce actually inspired a fashion of something that I actually might make. All right, let me take a look at my notes. I'm definitely thinking about adding a patch on that jacket that I where is it? So I buy all kinds of denim. I should go to Denim Anonymous. And I have quite a few jackets I've been working on. Because I have all these patches, it's time to actually do something with it. He's singerish, Mimi G-ish. I love that. I could have been hateful and said is dipshitish, la la, or sorry, or bosh. I can't even say that without laughing, dog. Sorry. Mimi G-ish. I am Mimi G-ish. I'm tired, so I refuse to say Ayo. Ayo. I'm just old enough to have caught the end of Carson's career. Okay. Let's see. Let me go through my notes. I'm still gonna make that multicolored vest. I have the materials ready. I think it's definitely something that I should do. It's something that I really want to do. Oh, excuse me. But because I'm so like, let's do it now. I really have to sit down and plan it out. That's why I grabbed my my vest form, because I want to do it the right way. And I want to see if my vest form still fits. Because like I said, I made it when I was a different size. And it's okay to go back and adjust your sizes over time. And I'm serious. What is today? Today is Wednesday. I'm going to see if I could not go to Walmart for at least a week or two. Don't get me started on Blue's Clues or Dora. Keep it up and you'll be going to Everything Anonymous. Hey, they can hold the meeting at my house. I have chairs. Do you know what's really funny? I had these old ratty office chairs. I made the video. I reupholstered 9 chairs. And it's so funny. People always ask me, hey, I'm having a party. I'm like, you may not use my chairs because you didn't care when they were ratty. But when I reupholstered my chairs, all of a sudden everybody was like, hey, Sewing has a set of chairs. He'll have to go to so many meetings. He'll have to go to Anonymous. chairs and I told you, I absolutely love styrofoam coffee. I think it's because when I was a kid, my dad was a part of an organization called the Lost Patrol, and they would always have meetings. It was a bunch of Vietnam vets, and they would actually go to Vietnam and bring back deserters, prisoner of war, people who wandered off and didn't want to come home, or just, people that had PTSD that were still there. And so I grew up in smoky rooms with Vietnam vets, and I was obsessed with styrofoam coffee. Absolutely obsessed with styrofoam coffee. And the sad thing is, 30 something years later, I still drink my coffee the exact same. The exact same. Why, hello. How are you, Waterday? Yay! Hello. Good to see you. I'm giving myself a quick break before I add the back patch on my jacket. I'm at least gonna pin it in place. I've got a lot of sewing done. I need to film myself now so I can have a decent Friday sews. I try to film myself during the week. It does not go well because I'm busy, and I'm not necessarily one of those people that walks around with a video camera. Like, it's not always my first thought to be like, I'm going to film myself. Sometimes I don't think what I'm doing is that spectacular. Yay. Hello, Waternay. Hello. Styrofoam coffee. What a time to chime in. You should come and join the fun. Ick, foam cups. I'm telling you, it's more condition than environment. I grew up eating fish. I know a lot of people who absolutely hate fish. Man, just give me a rod and reel and point me towards the ocean. I love fish. It's one of those things, but because I was raised around people that ate it, it never had a stigma. I never thought there was anything wrong with it, And I'm like, that was styrofoam cup coffee. I think it's weird when grown adults, I went to college like everybody else. I think it's weird when people my age buy red Solo cups and ironically walk around their house with them. Because the red Solo cup was at every party, every college party, every high school party in the 90s. And I know some people that sadly still have them in their house. Or like the 99 started selling the really big ones. I know someone, I walked in their house recently. I'm like, really? And they were like, they're Solo cups. Oh, good times. Will, have you ever considered therapy? I'm still waiting for that call back from my therapist. He goes to therapy. It's called retail. So true. Oh my God. Okay. This is actually true. Like, going to the SWAT meet, haggling with the vendors is therapy to me. I love the verbal battle. I'm so dramatic. I'll walk away and then come back and be like, you said $7 here. After there was one guy that was so mad at me, he almost didn't sell me a sewing machine because I gave him such a hard time. It is therapeutic. If you use a red Solo cup beyond the age of 23, better be at a family reunion or a 4th of July picnic or something. I gave my friend such a hard time because, like, and this person, like, we pride ourselves on having functioning kitchens where there's not like paper plates and stuff, which I do have paper plates. But my whole point is, like, I couldn't believe this person had red Solo cups in their house. I had to refresh haddock last night. Oh, fresh haddock. Alibaba, I'll be here for a minute or two. I will be here. Oh, see, now I'm craving fish. You know what though? I'm so funny. I'll eat fish sticks. I love fish patties. Like, I am not a discriminate. I do not discriminate in that sense. But again, I grew up in that environment, so it's something that I absolutely love to do. I don't judge people. Like, I understand people have certain food requirements, certain things they can and cannot eat. So I don't judge anybody for what they do and do not eat. Let's see. I'm gonna need a vacation from spring break already. I said that on Monday and it still stands. Oh, where are my Lysol wipes? I have those things everywhere strategically in this room somewhere. Oh. Oh man, where did my Lysol wipes go? Oh, that's strange. Whatever. They will magically appear in a minute or two. Welcome back, Alibaba. Welcome back. Do you know what? I think it's the temperature, but man, that hood is hot. You can always tell when I'm extra shiny of how hot whatever garment I was wearing. All right, I'm gonna grab my back patch. I bet Hands use them to wipe. You know what though? I have a rule. Like if you take something, just put it back. And we each have our own. Like I go out of my way. Like we each have our own Lysol wipes. So I might go in his room and grab. Yay! Hello, hello, hello. But it bothers me when something is like right there when you see it every day. And then when you go looking for it, you're like, where did it go? Where did it go? My friend just left. I'm coming along to say hello. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, where are those wipes? Give me one quick second because I have to wipe the surface. Because I'm constantly drinking coffee and leaving coffee rings everywhere. Okay. I literally manufacture these things, so they're everywhere in this house. Yay. Hello, hello. Perfect. I just like to be kind, you know. I'm weirdly tidy. And plus I don't want to get coffee stains on my jacket. I leave coffee rings behind like their footprints. Do you know what's so funny? Every single 1950s sewing machine I own has coffee. Like all the tables have coffee rings on it, smoke rings. There is my Singer Genie. That was like one of the first like plastic old school machines that I purchased. It's a combination of plastic, but still to this day, when I open up my Singer Genie, it smells like cigarettes. When you turn it on, it smells like cigarettes. When you use it, it reeks of cigarettes. And I've had that thing for I've had the Singer Genie for 4 years, 5 years, something like that, but it still smells like every cigarette that was ever smoked on it. Everyone I have has coffee rings or planter rings, absolutely. Or that one spot where the ashtray sat for like 30 years. That one spot. Because I have a lot of old school tiny ashtrays. Sewing machine tables always tell a story. They always tell a story of who had them before. But you know, people don't sit and compulsively smoke in front of sewing machines anymore like they used to. So sad. I grew up with people like that, actually. All right, let's see. I'm gonna have to make a phone call pretty soon. Yay! Hello, hello. Let me see. Make sure I catch up on the chat before I grab my jacket. One has a sad iron tanning too. Every single sewing machine tells a story. And it's funny, I used to say this with Phoenix all the time. When I get like an older sewing machine, I want to know every person who owned it. I want to know where it was made, where it came from, because that story is just as interesting as the sewing machine, you know? All right, so let me find my jacket. Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna take the hanger out without whacking myself in the face. Usually I leave the hanger on, but with this, the table's right here, so I can just line everything up. Perfect. I wear all kinds of denim, but I still love this acid washed look. I think it's because I come from that era. It's just something that I absolutely love. All right. There's a pin cushion. Good. I think my patch is ready. Do you know what's so funny? My iron, my giant press, I use it for all kinds of things it's not even meant for, and it makes me laugh. But it's really good for patches like this. When I got this in the mail, it was folded in four, and now it's perfectly flat because I put it in my press and just left it there. And it wasn't even a big deal because it formed right where it should. So people have all kinds of precise ways of doing this. They measure, they do all kinds of weird things. I kind of just line it up, put it where it needs to be. I have a particular style where I like the top to be just over the the top stitching, and then I start pinning. It's not even that complicated. When I add patches and do things like this, I've done this for so many years. It's not even complicated anymore. I used to have this whole weird ritual and like measure everything. I don't even do that anymore. If anyone's interested in what I sound like and look like, I stream daily on Slim Cyborg's channel. Awesome. Awesome. It's been a long time since I've actually had a jacket too. I've turned everything into a vest lately. That's why when I put this on and I saw the acid washed look, I was like, "Oh, this one I knew I was going to pin myself. I'm keeping I'm definitely keeping this one. Oh, I still have a few songs stuck in my head. Oh, that's funny. All right. So I'm going to throw a few pins on this. Do you know what the funny thing is? Is that I really thought I would grow out of this phase, but here it is 27 years later. Good times. Good times. Cut down on the weed before sewing and you won't prick yourself. It's more the waffling and not paying attention. Because when I'm in here geeking out, listening to something, I go into the zone where I'm doing my thing. That's when time slowly disappears. That's why I was kind of laughing earlier. I didn't want to talk about how many mistakes I don't make because that's a guarantee. Oh, that's a bit off. I can't have it that off. That's a guarantee to make a mistake. That is like asking to make a mistake. Boop. Okay, and perfect. You know what? I should pin it from the top that way. There we go. Perfect. Now there is no room to negotiate, and I can start pinning. Perfect. I'm really thinking about covering this particular jacket. I've collected quite a few patches, and like I said earlier about my fabric, like when am I holding on to all of this? I'm gonna start using them, you know? I'm not gonna go too crazy. Like I've seen some jackets where I'm like, there are 150 patches on there. There's a definite difference between like, oh, that's a cool patch, and like, oh, you're a crust punk. Oh, right. But like I was saying earlier, stuff like this is what began my love for sewing, because back in the day, like this patch is not iron on, and most giant patches were not iron on at all, so you had to know basic hand sewing at least, you know, and how, and not just hand sewing but how to keep it on, like the consistency, you know, where you should put the threads. You would learn that over time because your patches would start fading if you well, your patches would fall off if you didn't know what you were doing. Perfect. This is also something that I've been meaning to do for a while. But I have so many projects, I'm all over the place. So I'll start something and then I'm like, hey, look, there's a squirrel. Then I start another project and another project. Perfect. And you know, I used to talk about this all the time, but I wear some crazy patches. Never wear anything you're not willing to defend yourself for. But if you're into something, wear it. Like if you're into Marilyn Manson, don't worry about what people say. If you want to wear a Tupac patch, don't worry about what people say. You know, I'm really into metal. I'm into all kinds of different genres, but like, you know, this is something that I absolutely love. But when you're making a battle vest or a jacket, you should make it personal. That is some of the best advice I ever got from somebody, because I started off making my vests in a very particular way, and they were like, make them for you. You have so many, like make them how you want them to be because you're going to be the one wearing them. And that's something that I have to convey. You know, I have a particular style, but if you want to put Rainbow Bright on here, go right ahead. Well, on your jacket. And if you have a Rainbow Bright patch, hit me up, send it to me. I'll rock it. Man, I just aged myself again. If you remember Rainbow Bright, don't forget to take aspirin in the morning. Oh, good times. Good times. This shirt definitely pops. This is exactly what I was talking about, of adding color to my wardrobe, because I actually really like the way this looks. Do you ever wear a MAGA? No, no, I would not. He wears an Isaac Singer 2024. You know what? Let me get my old shirt. This is why I'm mad that my closet, my Wi-Fi is so terrible. I couldn't get reception in my closet. Let me go get the shirt. It was relative. It was relative in 2020, but it still stands, man. It still stands. This is from the last election. But this aggression will not stand, but this t-shirt still stands. 4 years later, it's still relevant. Lebowski 2024. Okay. He wears a Singer Touch and Throw cap. Hey, I'm a part of the Touch and Sew Appreciation Society. And if you have any touch and sews that are unwanted, neglected, or just forgotten, please hit me up on Twitter. And plastic fabric travel tote up on your new touch and sew. Oh, now that commercial's in my head. All right, we'll add one more pin. Either that or strawberry shortcake, maybe Hobby Lobby. She at least had a sewing machine. Hey, I actually have strawberry shortcake. I have the original Star Wars sheets because my mom gave them to me. I have peanuts sheets and strawberry shortcake, and I have the original with Luke and Leia, like the original Star Wars sheets. Oh, that's hilarious. All right. Sorry, I'm getting caught up in that. Okay. So the best painting I own is by UK artist called Singer Joan. Does that count? Sure. Single bed sheets. Oh, all of them. All of them, Alibaba. All of them. Oh, my mic is starting to sag again. All of them are single bed sheets. My mom raised an army of children. She was going to throw them away. I was like, I will take that. I will take that. Even though the original Star Wars ones are worth money, I'll never get rid of it. It's just more than nostalgia. Okay, so let me see if I can find the one hand sewing. I get giant hand sewing needles because I have big hands. And so I have very specific hand sewing needles, and I got to find my other pin cushion. I did the same. The drapes I have are worth money. Absolutely, Alibaba. My mom was like, I'm going to throw all this in the trash. I was like, I'll take care of it. I took the whole box and walked straight to my house. I was like, no, you will not throw these in the garbage. Okay. Where that red pin? You know what? This whole evening will be me looking for things. It's sad when you have so much stuff, you get lost in your own room. What did I do with that thing? It's okay. It's probably right here. Or somewhere close. Hey, how's it going, Rashawn? Good evening. Good evening. How's it going? How's it going? I'm on that eternal struggle for the lost pin cushion. Hope your evening's going well. Hello, hello. Had a great stream today. I was watching and cleaning all kinds of crazy stuff, trying to get stuff done. Great to see you. Great to see you. Awesome. So far, I've made this, and I'm looking for the pin cushion that I'm not finding. Do you know something like that's always funny? The second I stop streaming, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna stand up, take a deep breath, and it's gonna be literally right there. All right, so it's always time to improvise. I'm trying to use the ones that I have on here because I have a set of really cheap hand sewing needles, but I always break them. That's why it's important when I find a good durable sewing needle because I always end up smashing them. Thanks. Someone had asked for a thoughtful stream. I hope it was good enough. No, I absolutely love your streams. I do. We need more intelligent conversations in this world. Unless people, we need to talk it out more. We definitely, as a society, need to talk it out more. And I appreciate the dialogue because people really don't even have the language anymore to talk to each other. And actually, you give me faith in humanity. But I live in a cave, you know. I live in a cave and I peek my head out like Punxsutawney Phil. Will couldn't get much more done because he was pestered by a pesky dog. Oh, that's gonna bother me. Where is that pin cushion? All right, I'm gonna look one more time. Do you know what the funny thing is? The funny thing is the pincushion was looking at me as I was talking about it the whole time. All right, perfect. So I purchased this. It's true. We struggle with language so much. It's true. It is true. Or people like people can't convey their message because they're so wrapped up in the drama of who and what they are, they can't get their point across. So I purchased this thread a while ago. I purchased this from that really overwhelming store in downtown Los Angeles that it was intimidating. When I walked in there, it's a sewing emporium. That I was like, that's where they had the $10,000 Jukies. That's where they had all the dream machines, you know. I purchased this. This was like $24 or something like that. But the thread is made for industrial machines. It's extremely thick. But I've been using it lately for all my hand sewing because it's so thick that depending on what machine I use, the certain machines will not take it. So certain domestic sewing machines are like, are you kidding me? You're using industrial thread on a domestic machine. But this stuff is so thick, it is perfect for hand stitching. I mean, it is made for what I'm doing. A while ago, I had a spool this big of polyester thread. Hand sewing, it took me 5 years to get to dwindle it down, and eventually I did. And that's 5 years of sewing. Who snitched? Oh, dog. Oh, dog. Rashawn, I've lived over half of Canada and Europe. The English language is spoken in so many different manners that people can take meanings in different ways. Absolutely. Are you kidding me? I had that conversation with my son about saying smashing. If you're in the UK, it means something different than it does where I live. If you say we were smashing, that's a whole other subject than saying, oh, that's smashing. But it's all depends on where you're from, who you're talking to, and the context, you know. Oh, okay. The one thing I love about this thread is that it's absolutely thick and it's perfect. And this patch will be on here for a while. And this is a real patch. It didn't come with any glue or anything. Okay, let me. Perfect. Perfect. All right, I got my Uncas stitch in there. Yay. Would be good for looper thread for doing rolled hems on a serger. I really like that idea because I don't want this to go to waste, Joy. I really like that idea. Absolutely, Alibaba. I have miscommunication in the same house as my nephew. Oh man, I have to clarify. That's one of my biggest pet peeves nowadays is constantly having to clarify what I say. And I feel like people don't listen. But so that's my issue. Smashing means great in the UK. Smashing in America, wow. Uncas Stitch, that's a new one. I got it from stonemasons that would always be like, "Oh, this is my Uncas stone." But you got to get that base stitch in there. Perfect. Perfect. All my threads on Twitter are full of flirts. Do you know what's really funny? Let's have a Twitter talk. I have over 4,000 followers on Twitter. If you continue to follow me, I absolutely thank you. But I've kind of backed off of Twitter. Imagine if someone just walked up to you and started yelling at you. That's what Twitter is to me. People would literally, like, the familiarity that people have is weird to me. The unreal, they allow themselves to just act as in a way they would never act in person. So I've backed away from Twitter. People have muscles on Twitter. And I've famously told the story about that one preacher who, during COVID, me and this one preacher guy would always get into it on online. We would bark at each other, and he was one of those new age apologist guys. We'd always get into it. And I saw him in person, and I walked up to him and I said who I was, and he flat out told me he was acting. And I was like, "Are you saying that because you said awful things to me on Twitter and you don't want to say it to my face?" But I don't think he realized that we lived in I was kind of shocked when I saw him, but we lived in the same area, and he didn't want everything that he was saying on Twitter. He didn't want any of that smoke when he saw me in person at all. Oh man, that was like 3 or 4 years ago. But I've really backed off of Twitter. Twitter attracts whiny babies. And I would like that's why I love Rashawn's channel, because they're having a conversation. It's not like you have a certain amount of characters. It's like you have to wait for the response. I would rather have a conversation with somebody than go back and forth on Twitter. Yeah.
Hello. I made it. I wasn't sure if I'd make it before you were done tonight.
You're robot-y already.
Oh, for crying out loud.
And you sound like you're talking through a synthesizer.
What? All right.
Water will be right back. Smashing also means to be smashing stuff here. Us English use language correctly and understand the context. If Twitter existed during the Cold War, nukes would have flown. So true. Yay! Hello.
Am I smooth now? Do I need an interpretive dance?
No, but let's just stick with it.
Oh, is it my voice clear at least?
No, but it might clear up. Twitter is the world's biggest bun fight. Not to me. You're not. She was showing fine to me. Okay.
I was okay for the viewers on YouTube.
You are.
Oh, good.
Oh, StreamYards. I'm going to write a Karen letter. StreamYards has gone downhill.
You're okay for me.
And you're okay for me.
All right.
But you sound kind of robot-y. It's so weird. No, it's okay. So what's going on?
I had a visit with my friend. It's nice because oftentimes we'll go a while without seeing each other because she's a teacher and very busy. So she had some time tonight. So we had some dinner and visited.
Awesome.
And how about you? What are you up to? What are you making?
All kinds of stuff. I had I had some time off today. My ex-wife came and picked up Isaiah, took him to his class.
Oh,
So I got to enjoy some time to myself.
okay.
But I added a hood on the shirt I'm wearing right now, and I'm finishing this patch. But I may or may not just let it ride for a minute and hang out. Now that you're here,
Oh,
I've been waffling this entire time.
bun fight. Does
That is
that?
so funny. You are absolutely perfect on stream, and then I can't hear or see you.
Oh no.
I'm gonna click out and then click back in.
Okay. I'll
Here,
I'll
let
try to
me.
hold down the fort. We'll maybe have a tea discussion. Hello, everybody. Today I am drinking a lovely Egyptian mint tea. I tried to make it iced, but I realized that I had turned off my ice maker in my fridge. And so then I tried to put the tea in the freezer, but I grew impatient. So now I have tepid tea. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Maybe not. I don't know. Goodness. Rashawn with the cups. Ah, hello, Alibaba. Hello, Kilroy. Hello, William.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's definitely me. I might switch my computer. I'm so mad at everything right now.
Let's see. Joy and Kilroy are here. Dog is here. Is anyone else
Rashawn.
lurking?
Oh, you know what it is? I have this unreal frustration with computers. It's kind of like cars. When you get a bad car, it'll ruin your life. Because then you got to work on it all the time. You got to mess around with it. And I've been having nothing but technical difficulties lately. And I can see on every monitor that I can see you, but I can't see you on this one.
Strange.
You are louder.
I'm louder?
No, I
Oh.
am. You are
Oh.
louder. Your sound went over mod 2 a bit, Will. Oh, that's weird. I did get a little bit closer on the microphone.
I still haven't gotten a microphone, but Kilroy's going to help me out, right, Kilroy?
Give me a quick second. I'm going to switch over to my crazy cam and see if that helps.
Okay. So last time on Show and Tell, I brought out my garish yellow toolbox. So today I have the tape with me, and I'm thinking I might try to tape off this toolbox while we're chit-chatting. I put on, have you ever seen these? They're little attachments for your tape roll, and they're supposed to make it so you can just tear the tape right off without having a ragged spot. Has anyone ever tried one? Let's see how it works. I do like a neat tape edge. So it slides okay. Here we go. Here we go. Pull. Tear. Oh, that's nice. And then the tape is like up under the thing so that you're not trying to peel it off of the roll. And then that happens where you like get the long strip that's just peeling around instead of the whole edge. So there you go. That's my review on tadpole tape cutters in 3 sizes that I got on sale back in the day for $1.99. What a bargain. How's it going? Looks like Will's there to serenade us. He's gonna sing us a song. Maybe he'll give us a full performance of Footloose. So I always liked the band Brad from back in the day. They were one of those Seattle bands, Stone Gossard from Pearl Jam, but I just found out that what's his name? Sean Smith just passed away from like high blood pressure and a torn aorta in 2019. They were about to release an album, and apparently he died. Rashawn says, my packing tape has those. Never knew you could get them separately. I was just kind of perusing at Lowe's one day, and I found them in the clearance section.
There you are. Hi.
Hello.
Good to
So
see
nice to
ya.
see you.
Who knew the PC was going to come through clutch? Who knew? You know, this $17 microphone is becoming way too clutch.
I never got a good look at that microphone. You've got like colored lightning creatures on the side. And
it's a Borg. This is definitely a Borg microphone. It said it's a gamer microphone. You know, I have an Amazon addiction. Hi, welcome to my channel. All right, we're going to go with the bunker look. I liked when Kilroy said that. If I lose reception, it's because I'm going to go off on Spectrum tomorrow. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, you're making me queasy. Let me know when you're done spinning us in circles.
Okay, I'll put it over here.
Okay. Have you seen the video? There's one, it was the first one I saw, and it's this dad, and he's got a video game on, or like footage or something of a roller coaster, and he has his little girl on his lap in the laundry basket. So she's sitting in this laundry basket like it's a car on the roller coaster, and he's bouncing her along and like banking around the corners, and she's having the greatest time. Oh, it was so cute.
I've seen that. That's an amazing video. I have seen that.
If I ever find a giant, I'm going to climb in the laundry basket and let the giant give me a ride on the roller coaster.
Oh, I used to do that for Isaiah because I have hardwood floors. We'd run around like crazy people. Oh, hi.
Good evening.
I have no idea why my computer can't hang anymore with StreamYards. It's an Apple problem, I think, though. It definitely is an Apple problem. Well, now I can see the chat that I'm sitting this close.
Oh, you know what else would make you see the chat? Oh, pardon me. Sorry if I hurt anybody's eardrums. There was no time for muting.
It's so weird to be able to hear my own voice while I'm talking. It is the strangest thing to me. I would be bad at being on TV at first because it would take me a second to adjust. Because it's weird when you hear the sound of your own voice. I broke my leg slipping on a hardwood floor.
Ooh.
Oh, that's... Ugh. I think about that when I'm walking around my house in the middle of the night. Like, I hope there's nothing on the floor. Well, that sneeze fixed up his ear. Who's calling?
I felt it, but then it kept going away.
Oh, sorry. I have headphones on so I can hear everything now. I was like, oh, give me one quick second. Sorry.
Okay. All right. I have hardwood floors, and my friend called me. And so I was running. It sounds like you've got a full-on industrial garage.
Hold on, let me mute myself.
So I was running across the room to grab my phone, and I stopped when I got to the chair that my purse was on, only my feet kept going, and I slid backwards, ended up under the chair, and conked the back of my head on the floor. Could have been deadly. Fortunately, I'm okay.
Today is Marquette's birthday.
Ah, happy birthday, Marquette.
I think he'll be in here in a minute.
Alternate Mr. Sewing.
How's it going, dude? Did you have fun in your class?
Yeah.
Awesome. Go get the table. Go get the table ready and everything. Okay. Turn on all the lights. Be a good host.
Do you need to run and entertain your guests?
No, everyone except for Marquette used to live here. They know where everything is.
Okay.
We're hanging out. This is a normal day here in the house of sewing. He with technical difficulties. It really bothers me though. Oh, go ahead, brother. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
You are officially well in your 40s now.
You know what I did today? I napped.
Damn right. Welcome to 40s. I need to take more naps. I need more naps in my life.
Mm.
Hi, you want to come say hi to everybody?
Yeah.
Come say hi. It's a mess in here, though.
So we went to a fun place.
Say hi.
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 Did you go to a pizza place?
Yeah, and I saw like a statue, and it almost looked like one of your statues.
Oh, it looked like one of my plastic people.
Yeah,
Was it tall like the plastic people?
yeah, and the thing I kind of semi-right.
Nah.
What did he say?
They're clearing the table
It's
for you.
getting worse. What are those gold shoes? Did you spray
Hold
them?
on.
Well, it's kind of fun when people come over. You get to break out the fancy dishes, the cloth napkins, That is the cutest little child.
My ex-wife is telling me about a thrift fabric shop.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, hey, absolutely. You have a good time eating pizza?
I literally saw it yesterday. I gotta go get the pizza.
You guys can all go on the table. Your brothers turn all the lights on.
Thrift.
I'm on tenterhooks. Where is this thrift fabric shop?
Right there.
What's that? Oh, that's Alf. When I was your age, I used to watch Alf, and I bought every Alf known to man, and now it has the cartoons.
Ooh, Cassie.
Yeah, hold on. Let me find the remote. I have to remember what DVD player it's on. There you go. But Alf reminded me of the good old days when I was your age and I used to eat Captain Crunch in front of the television.
Ah, Captain Crunch. Have you seen those memes about how Captain Crunch has two states and either
Dude,
lacerates the
awesome.
roof of your mouth or...
Yeah, I will. Let's all go to the kitchen table.
All right, let's go.
We're all gonna go together because I'm gonna bring the computer with me too. Will you do me a favor and close the garage door? I'm gonna mute myself really quick.
Okay.
Here in the House of Sewing, we are impromptu. And it's all about love here in the House of Sewing.
I've got that song in my head. So, all right, let's take a little poll. If you have people over, do you break out the nice dishes and the cloth napkins? Do you have nice dishes and cloth napkins?
I actually do. As I was talking about earlier about all the stuff I got from my grandmother's linen closet, I actually have really classy stuff.
Uh-huh. And
But
do you
no,
use it or do you keep it for like a special occasion that never happens?
Well, like it depends. Like I have a bunch of fake gold-plated stuff, and I pull that out just to show off. I have a bunch of silver stuff to show off. It just depends on the occasion, like I always say it.
I have different tiers. And how coordinated it is an indicator of the level of fanciness.
But I also have a lot of like normal serving dishes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me if I lose reception. Let's see if I
Okay.
can go. Do I still have
Ooh.
reception?
Yeah, not really.
Nope.
You're freezing up and you're
Oh.
sounding like a robot.
Am I back yet? There we go.
It's sort of, but it's terrible.
Hold on.
It's all fuzzy.
Spectrum. Spectrum is the worst.
This is better.
Yeah. You know what? I can't. No, you. Yeah, you can go in there with shoes. Just be careful, okay? Oh man. So it just depends on the situation. I'm not necessarily a fancy person, but I have all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just as somebody who used to have huge parties and stuff, I really don't anymore.
Mm.
The one thing I used to love about partying was that when everyone left, I didn't have to drive home. I didn't have to I'd put the food away and go to bed and then worry about everything else the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if you're coming for dinner, you bring it or cook it. What's
That
that?
could be.
Okay, give me 10 quick seconds, okay?
All right. It can be kind of fun to if you have the kind of guests where you cook together, that can be fun. My friend and I got some stuff from Trader Joe's to heat up. I had a hankering for pizza, and they have this made in Italy, just simple, organic 3-cheese. Joy, you do not enjoy entertaining. Well, some people don't like it. My mom always says she doesn't like it, but then she always just puts out a nice cozy event for people who come by. She's my sous chef. We usually entertain at my house because I have all the stuff, and she's my vegetable chopper. Fondue. Oh wow, Alibaba, that takes me back. I haven't had fondue in so long. I remember there was a fondue restaurant I used to go to with my family. Amazing cheese and the wonderful bread. You dip it in with those long skewers. The 3-tier serving platter is top notch. I have a 3-tier serving platter. I got a glass one from IKEA. And then Kevin Lee Jacobs has a video. He's very excited. He got a new a China 3-tier serving tray. And he always takes that out when he'll cook afternoon tea things or assemble afternoon tea things. Sometimes cook. Oh, have a plate of pizza. I had pizza for dinner. Oh, you can't hear me.
I can hear you
now. I was commenting on your pizza, and I had pizza for dinner also.
It's super fancy because they don't go to cheap places like I do.
Is that the $100 pizza place?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, all it is. And I can already. It's got carrots on it. Oh, and pineapple. I'm about to break my religion right now.
Wow.
I'm going to eat pineapple on pizza live on YouTube.
Okay, let's see it.
And I've always said I would never do this.
Let's see it. Is that capers?
That's really good. I actually ate pineapple on pizza live on YouTube. They eat really fancy stuff. They do. Mm-hmm. They do.
Got some cheese right here.
It's a big giant.
Nope,
I
still
really
there.
do. I really do. Yikes. That's why I don't eat live one. You know what's really funny? I used to entertain a lot, Joy. I just don't I just don't entertain like I used to. I used to have huge parties. I don't like people like that anymore. I never have people over. It's a pain in the arse.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's fun too, though. I have a dining table that has 3 leaves. And when I put all the leaves in, it's like, I don't know, almost 10 feet long. And so it's difficult to find a place to put that in my house because I live in a little small house that does not have any sort of large rooms. So right now I have the dining table in the library, which is, I suppose technically on paper, the second bedroom.
Oh man, this is really fancy pizza. I do not even have a kitchen table to eat at.
Isaiah's coming in.
Oh, he has another slice. Ooh, what kind of cake is that?
Snickers.
Snickers cake. I don't know Snickers cake. Is that Snickers brand or is it like almond and chocolate and
They're bougie, so I guarantee you it's a real Snickers cake. We're
Very
bougie around here, so I'm telling you, I never eat pineapple on pizza. My computer bonked for some reason. It can't take StreamYards with me and Waternay on it, so I'm on this one.
Alibaba has a China 3-tier tea tray. Hello.
There's a mega
Little
delay,
bunny
huh?
foo-foo. Hopping
Oh, I
through the
used to do
forest.
that when he was a little kid.
Scooping up field mice.
Excuse
Bopping
me.
on the head.
I used to entertain all the kids when he went to a certain school. I'd do shadow puppets. I was popular. The kids are easily entertained when they're 6 and 7. Absolutely. I'm into bougie dessert. Absolutely Snickers cake. I'm here for it. Wow, you're about to go for 4 hours once in your you're like
We went for 4 hours on Monday.
It's because I get warmed up like an hour and a half in. And sewing takes a while. It truly does, My computer bonked. Who knew this weird $17 gamer microphone is clutch? I'm wearing a Kings t-shirt from I think the 2012 playoffs, how the West was won.
Oh my.
That's a
How would
Chicago
one-
Blackhawk. It's roping in the corner.
How would one know that that's a Kings t-shirt?
Because it has Bailey, the Kings mascot, on it.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I
There
I
he
was
is. There's
ignorant.
Bailey the cowboy.
I didn't know that we had that the King's mascot was a lion. Oh,
Thank you
well, good
so
to see
much for
you,
stopping by,
Berkey.
Alibaba. Have a great night. I know I've been going later and later. It's because it's spring break right now, so I don't have to necessarily wrangle my son in the morning. So it's one less thing to stress about. But next week we'll be right back to the same old stress. I am so done with my computer. I want to know why that thing is not playing ball anymore. Oh, come on, Apple. I did the update and everything.
Did you restart it after you did the update?
It automatically restarts itself. But I've been noticing a lot of drama on StreamYards and stuff like that. I noticed buffering on Rashawn's stream on my own thing, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. Okay, so let me ultra mute myself on this and see.
So, Joy, if you don't have a table, where do you eat? Do you have some of those TV trays like we had back in the day?
I still have my grandma's TV trays. I thought they were so gangster when I was a kid. They are razor thin. They're from like the 60s. It is 2024. They are razor thin. StreamYards is a terrorist. I am so mad at StreamYards right now. I thought it was my internet. It's StreamYards. All right. No, my computer isn't loading either one.
Wow.
That is so weird to me. Why don't you like StreamYards anymore, Apple? Okay, I'm turning that. Yes, leave the site. Stop asking me questions, computer. That's gonna, if I have to start streaming from this, I'm gonna move this where the other one is and plug my $1 million microphone into this one. Or hubby eats in the living room.
What I eat, where I eat kind of depends on what I'm eating and what I'm doing. If I just heat up a little bowl of food for myself, I'll often sit in the living room with it. But today for our pizza, my friend and I ate at the dining table because we thought that was easier for pizza management. Sometimes if I make biscuits for my mom, we'll eat at the coffee table in the living room and we'll enjoy some chateaus being renovated or something like that on YouTube. We were watching Sister Boniface, but we never went back to that one.
And he doesn't have to.
My son was telling me how his coach does not watch television or own one or have one in his room.
Ah, does your coach read books?
That was my first Wonder Twins activate. That was my exact, like, what else are you doing? Because when I didn't have television, I didn't watch TV from the time I was 19 until my son was born, and I was in my late 20s. And I read, most books I reference are from that time. I got so much done.
I read stacks of books back in the day. My mom's like, I don't want television. I think I said before. She eventually got a TV so my grandmother could watch her game shows in the evening. And she would watch Price is Right in the morning. And then in the evening, she would watch Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. So my mom got a TV so she could see her shows. Excuse me.
I was a ripper at Jeopardy. I really never got into Wheel of Fortune until I started going to casinos. And then every time you hear that Wheel of Fortune, that's when you get to pull the big arm and see if you win any money. Addiction is bad, kids. Just say no to gambling.
So with this Wheel of Fortune game in Vegas, are you trying to figure out the words or are you just spinning for like a regular slot machine?
When you spin the wheel, it all has cash prizes on different sides of the wheel. So it could be anywhere from $20 to $1,000.
Okay.
And that's where they get you, where you're just like, I gotta win that 1,000, and you end up spending 1,000 to get the 1,000. It is. It's literally just a slot machine, but when you hit all three on the wheel, you get to spin. And they have all kinds of games like that. It's not just Wheel of Fortune. They have all kinds of wheel games because they got to get you in there somehow. They got to rope you in, you know. Oh, let me see if this... I am so disturbed and mad at my computer right now. Let me see if you need another update. I might actually have to break character and put my glasses on.
Oh, goodness. You're very handsome in your glasses, William.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
your friendly reminder.
Thank you, flattery. Oh, I can actually see.
Imagine. What a concept. So, Joy, when you eat at your desk, is that your sewing desk or your working desk? And are you worried about getting do you ever end up with your clothes in your food?
I depending on who's here, I'm either sitting at the kitchen table, standing. I have a counter. I stand and eat, or I'll come in here. I will literally sit at my desk. It's because I'm entertained in here, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, general software update. Yeah, you're up to date. Why can't you take StreamYards?
Maybe StreamYards needs updating.
I think they kind of computer desk. I think they do it themselves. Gilroy is right though. I eat in my sewing room too. They would have SpongeBob on they probably do have SpongeBob on a slot machine. They probably do. Somewhere there is a SpongeBob slot machine. I've seen, man, they got me with the Doctor Who slot machine. They had any television show you could think of. They have an Ellen slot machine. They have an Oprah slot machine. They have, oh man, famous people, John Wayne. Think Sammy Davis, man, they got me with the Sammy because I'm all nostalgic. I walk up to the Sammy and he's talking to you. He rips you off. Majorly rips you off.
Victoria says, I'll invent a singer slot machine and make so much money off of you.
Not just me though. It's the visor brigade, as I call them.
They should have a
Go ahead.
They should have a singer game where you have to get the machine treadling and you have to keep your sewing like on a straight line or around the curve. And if you're accurate, then you win money.
I won a ton of money in Vegas. That was part of the addiction, though, was that I kept on winning and I kept on winning. But if you think about it, how much money did I spend in gas and food? And I went from getting like regular rooms to like, I need a suite for one person because I'm crazy because I made all this money, you know? So how much money do you think I ended up giving back to them?
Well, I mean, even if you only come home with $100, you still come out ahead.
I told you though, I would compulsively cash out. Like when I won 900, I was like, boop, cash out. Like, so I always walk away on top when I would gamble. But I looked at it like, hey, I just made $900, you know? Oh, something fell.
Kilroy says, you deserve that suite though.
I earned it. You kept a lot of people in a job for real, though. I'm telling you, capitalism creates crazy jobs, too. So there was all kinds of people with jobs you didn't even know that existed, especially in a place like Vegas, especially. I miss that place because I talk about it a lot, but, like, I just want to go to the outskirts where all the thrift stores are. And I do need a new Siegfried and Roy t-shirt.
Did you find out from Mrs. Sewing where this fabric store is?
No, but she said the streets, and I have her phone number.
Okay.
She said it's near her job, so I have a general idea of where it is. But I just, like I said, I go more to Los Angeles for fabric, for living, for everything I do. So the Valley is still kind of a mystery to me, even though it may or may not be closer to where I live. Because it's one of those, LA County is unfathomably huge. And so you can live your whole life and avoid an area. You know, there's certain parts of LA County where I'm like, this is LA. So, you know, I am so mad at you, Apple. Why are they going to force me to buy a new computer? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Is this the push?
You don't know if it's Apple or StreamYards or what? Something else? What browser are you using?
Chrome. Which it basically forces you to get Chrome. You have to conform you have to join the collective in order to go on the internet nowadays. You can't just hop on willy-nilly. I can tell if it's loading slow is the thing. Oh yeah, bro, I can notice it, like if I can't okay, so that popped on fast. The mic works. Let's see.
So, has anyone taken off one of these lids before? I see some little like it's sort of like just a little cup for the hinge. So I'm thinking I should be able to just pull it out. Maybe I should go grab a flathead.
Nope, it's not working.
Let's see if I rotate it. Can I just push it straight up off of the... I can! Nice! That'll be so much easier. Check that out.
You literally like got kicked out and kicked back in. That was weird.
Ah, I did see the little like spinny thing going around.
I have a feeling it's StreamYards. At least that's what I'm gonna keep telling myself. Man, you know what? I forgot how bougie my ex-wife is. Like, she always goes to like really expensive places, but that pizza was really good.
Did I see capers on that pizza? Were there
I
capers
think
on the
so.
plate?
And capers, olives, pineapples, green peppers, carrots.
I like capers. Although, I don't know, your pizza, my friend likes a whole bunch of stuff on her pizza, but I'm kind of a little bit more of a simple pizza kind of person. But I have a couple friends who, like just like pile it on.
Oh, where's my fake book? Do you know I have a bunch of fake books that in my father's library, he would hide things periodically in them. Do you know how when I would open them up, I was like, that book has been a lie my entire life. He literally had fake books.
Did he make his own?
No, but he had like a weird collection of them. Let me see if I can find one because I need to prop this computer up. Oh,
Kilroy says a pizza has no right to be that fancy. Capers, they look like little tiny olives or something like that. And they're kind of about the consistency of an olive, and they taste, how to describe them? They're almost like
comment of the evening.
If an olive didn't have a strong olive flavor and it was kind of lemony, a caper tastes like a little tiny burst of sort of, well, no. Okay. If you dislike olives, you shouldn't have a problem with capers because it doesn't have that like olive flavor. It's more kind of almost, I don't know. It's not as strong as artichoke. It's a little bit lemony almost. It's its own unique flavor, but
there's so much stuff on this pizza. It all just the taste just all comes together. So this is a fake book. I have a few of these. I can't say what my dad would really hide in these things, but he had a library in his house that he eventually torn down. But I have a ton of these.
Very nice.
And they're meant to hide things in libraries.
Okay.
But I use them to prop up computers.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, what are you keeping yours?
Honestly, I would forget. If I put something in this fake book and put it in a library, I would forget it's in there. I would essentially be hiding it from myself.
I got one when I was on vacation, and it's a little wooden box that's meant to look like a book. And when I got it, it had candy in it.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I just got it for the box. I'm going to go grab a flathead.
Okay. That is so much
Not
better.
the flavor, the texture too. Well, next time you're out with a friend, or maybe if you go somewhere and they have capers that you can get on your food, ask them for a couple to try. Have a glass of water handy in case you say bleh.
You know me. I'll try anything.
I'm glad that you like the pineapple though. I thought you would.
You know what? And I have to admit, I think that's the first time I've ever had pineapple on pizza ever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go rename this stream The Conversion of My So-Called Life. just to tick off a bunch of people. I don't go fancy places like that. So the whole reason my ex-wife goes to this one pizza place that's $50 a pizza. And they're personal pizzas, and I think this is from that place. And it's the bougiest place on planet Earth. Because my son, one time, he's like, here, taste this pizza. I was like, oh, that's good. He's like, yeah, there's $50. And I said, oh, is it $50 for everyone? And he's like, no, it's $50 per pizza.
That's crazy.
And then there's another place in Hollywood they went that was $100 a pizza.
I mean, okay, well, how big are these pizzas?
They're personal. Thank you. Rashawn has the proper response. Thank you. Thank you. That's why I'm eating this pizza and I'm like, this better taste good for as much money as they spent. Yes, in Hollywood, there's this pizza place. She showed it to me. Oh, let me mute myself real quick. But I thought my son was telling stories. And my ex-wife and I, we communicate. So I called her. I was like, bro, were those pizzas really $50 each? She said, yeah. And the other place is $100 each. Personally, I think that's crazy.
I would have to agree. I mean, you know, I suppose there could be some mitigating factors, but I'm having a hard time thinking of what would make a pizza worth $100 to me.
It's always that weird cheese or that like weird smelly cheese, or it's always truffles or something, you know. But it always trips me out. They walked in this house with a $100 each pizza. It's really good. I'm not dogging it. It's just I would never spend that much money for a pizza. Kilroy's right.
I don't like truffles that much. Their flavor is so strong. I find that it overpowers everything else.
$50 personal pizza better have a 20 and a 10 as toppings. I'm telling you. And this has been a big point of contention because we always talk about it. And she literally just walked in my house with that box. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this place is real. And they drive to Hollywood to eat this. They go sit in traffic and fight people just so they can eat. And no judgment. Like, I eat great. But again, I eat Greasy Spoon. Like, I eat the affordable places. If you give me $50, I can feed everybody here in the chat and have leftovers. I'm not kidding you. $50. You know, that's why I freaked out when I constantly bring this up because I used to eat Popeyes all the time. In California, an 8-piece is like $35. Let me make you big.
I have a bag that says, "Oh, library switch plate screws." Yeah, just where I would have looked for those switch plate screws for the library. Meanwhile, this is the box.
Wow. That's a really fancy box for screws.
I thought that was fun.
Oh, sorry. No, it's just it's weird to me that people would spend that much money for something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That seems like a lot, but then again, I haven't tried it. Maybe I would try this pizza and I would be converted.
I'm the same way with hotels. I feel weird in fancy hotels. Give me a motel that's been updated since 1978. I love those sleazy old school hotels. We still have a bunch here. Head now, but I will catch you all soon. Have a great night, Rashawn. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Have a good night.
I love those. There's a place on Vermont that the bed still shakes. You put a quarter in the bed and it shakes. And when you lay on the bed, you look up and it literally has a heart-shaped mirror. And I'm not kidding you. The bathroom, the shower has an open glass to the room. So when you're showering, the glass is open to the room.
What were you doing in that seedy establishment?
Hunting for seedy hotels in Los Angeles for my blog. How to ruin your life in 5 minutes. All right, let's see if the cord can catch. Man, tonight has been a technical mishap. I don't know if it's because the computer can't take, if it's StreamYards, I don't know, but that's okay because I'm still here.
Aha, aha. Well, see, the problem is I only have 2 hands, and each of these latches has 3 hinges, rather, has 3 little thingies, 3 parts to it.
Oh, I got to see my little buddy, and he asked me about Alf. Next time he comes over, I'll have him watch Alf, the cartoon.
He was adorable. And this is coming from someone who's not really all that keen on small children. He was so cute.
He hangs out. He hangs out. He always tells his mom, he's like, I like William's house. Because I give him all those things his mom won't let him. Like soda. My house is, I've said this many times, I try to enjoy my life. So there is lots of libations in my house, and it's more like Powerade and Pepsi. Well, we almost made it. We got 10 more minutes, and then I'll park this shit. Man, we had technical difficulties. Waternay had to sit in the pilot seat tonight again. Thank you. I thank you very much.
I hope I kept people entertained.
I think tomorrow. Oh, you did. I think tomorrow I am going to speak so loudly to Spectrum that people are going to hear me. They're gonna say, "What's that thunder?" It's me speaking to Spectrum.
But see, that's the thing. Like you don't know which of the table legs is broken. Ooh, barks.
I've been drinking mug lately because they don't sell bargs in my area. I would have to drive a good drive to find some bargs because they don't have it at the Walmart by my house. I'll look at the one on the hill since I'm not going to be going to the one by my house. But I crave bargs, and the only place they have it is at Jack in the Box. I go to Jack in the Box. I'm like, let me get a large soda, and that's it.
What about Virgil's?
I'll try it out. Please give me some suggestions because I prefer bargs, but I drink mug because it's everywhere. I drink root beer.
Virgil's is a little bit more syrupy and creamier than Barks. Comes in a glass bottle.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about. I was addicted to this sarsaparilla for a while. Might have been the same brand. I was addicted to it. But I like a cold beverage. So if it I'll drink even if I don't like it, if it's cold, I'll drink it. I'm weird like that.
See now the top on this thing came off so easily. These little hinges are another matter.
I'm gonna have to figure out a better microphone for this because if I'm gonna have to be working off of this PC, we need a better microphone. But you know what's funny? Looking at the quality on different monitors, I really it's a little bit darker, but I don't see the difference between my Apple and the PC. But you have an amazing picture with your Apple product.
Excellent.
Do you know what's funny? The whole time that we've been here, you didn't glitch once. Maybe I'm blaming my MacBook Pro for everything right now.
See, maybe it's trying to run my stream through your stream, and that's bogging everything down. And it's not me. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's been you this whole time.
Do you know what? Surprisingly, you're not the first woman who's told me that. Surprisingly, that's not the first time I've heard that. At least I'm not standing in the rain in a trench coat, having my hat in my hand this time. I'm kidding. Shout out to old school television. I used to watch a show called Dear John. I didn't even understand the context, but I loved that show. Then I grew up to live that life.
Okay.
Oh,
I have to grab a smaller flathead so I can pop it through the back of these hinges. I think that's what these little holes are for.
see, if you lived in enclosed, well, at your height, you'd need a stool, but you could walk up to my toolboxes and just look because I have everything weirdly organized.
Oh, well, I'm organized too. I've got a smaller flathead right over there.
But today I laughed because I was looking for 4-inch screws, and I went in the top of my toolbox, and I had to stand on my tippy toes so I didn't have my shoes on. And I was like, okay, this toolbox is 6 feet tall because I had to like stand on my tippy toes and lean in.
See,
All
I need a
right.
footstool.
We've been going for 4 hours. We're running on the backup engines right now on the janky $17. Shout out to Amazon for their $17 microphone. Do you know all those gamer kids were not lying in that review? They were not lying. They were like, look, I'm a kid. I only had $20 and this microphone is clutch. I think we should have more honest reviews on Amazon.
Yeah.
I'm reaching for a mouse that has nothing to do with the computer in front of me. You know what? It's been a long ride. It's been 4 hours. I absolutely appreciate everybody. I'll be back at it on Saturday with a mystery computer. Who knows? It'll be the mystery machine. Will I be on my $17 microphone? Will I get my equipment to work? Who knows? But I want to thank everybody. We actually got a lot accomplished this evening. I'll be finishing this patch. My Friday sews will be off the chain, as they say.
Nice.
Yay. Kilroy has me craving bargs now, big time. To anyone watching this in the future, I absolutely thank you. If you stuck with it the whole stream, you are amazing. I'll be back at it on Saturday. Like I always say, reinforce your seams. Joy, I absolutely appreciate you. Thank you. I'll be back at it on Saturday. Reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will absolutely see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, hey, the chat